Welcome, welcome. We are live. You saw that? It was smooth the first time. I got the balance just right. You know when you have a thing and then you play with the thing, then you get the balance of the thing. Is it just me, or like you get the balance of the thing? And then after you get the balance of it, like you can properly move. Anyway, what am I thinking? So today's interesting because I want to take a break, just like Billy. If you're in this vibe coding community, this vibe of it, then you're probably familiar with some of the other people in this niche. And as somebody who's streaming myself, I want to be familiar with the others in this niche. Princess Gillian, Billy, REZA NEXA, REZA, right? These guys, I've been joining their communities, poking around, and it's gotten me to think, I need to set up a community properly. I've already been in this mindset of let's set up a community, but I've been neglecting it. Like, to be fair, it is a thing it's a big part of this whole thing, but I've been neglecting it. Today I want to talk about it because we do have the Discord, and I do have DisChimp set up, kind of. Little things I need to do, and DisChimp is a bot. If you know what Nightbot is, then you know what I mean by bot. A moderation bot on Discord and on YouTube, and that's what I'm setting up today. But that's not all. Like, in terms of actually being effective at providing this kind of community, there are things that I want to do. One of those things is talk about the relevant things, if it makes sense. Hi, HIMA. Oh, you're already mod. How did that happen? I was gonna make you mod in the stream. Oh, wait, I think it worked. Wait. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, so HIMA is the video editor. And I'm waiting for Jay, who's a community member who has just been here, day one guy. I'm gonna take him off mod because I need an actual moderator. And I want to do it, say sorry if you really care about it. In addition to that, though, like the whole streaming thing, what I was gonna say about providing kind of value is I want to talk about the relevant things in this domain, in this niche. It's good for two things. One is for the algorithm to actually get views. I'll talk more about HIMA, the video editor. But check this out. So here is kind of the upgraded version of DisChimp, where we can actually get kind of like news. Hold on, let me turn off the standard. This is a recurring thing that I do every day, and every day I say I'm gonna fix it, and I don't. But one of these days it will be fixed. Anyway, this is one of the ways that I'm going to actually give you guys in the community, people who come watch, some relevant information in addition to just being confused, clicking around, and having fun, really. So this is interesting. Jay was talking about Arc OS, which isn't here right now, but it was a very relevant thing a couple days ago. And it would have been nice for me to have listened to Jay, who, if anyone who doesn't know who Jay is a community member who's just been here day one, and he just keeps talking about the relevant things. He's also a moderator on everyone else's channel. And I want to talk about the relevant things, but I just want to hear all the time. And so now that's a new feature, you could say, that we have. I can actually talk about the relevant things. And then HIMA can actually edit freely. You can just get the video, edit. I'm already talking about the relevant things, so you don't need to do research. Now I'm going to set up DisChimp and StreamChimp live today so that you guys see what it's like, vibe coding sort of stuff. And I'm going to show you what the process looks like. So right now it's like a weird problem that I'm having where DisChimp, I can't access him on YouTube. And so what my plan is, like in the moderator, there's a thing in the background. Go open it. In case I go on any sensitive information, hold on. I'm gonna open it and show you exactly a real life problem that I'm running into that maybe you run into that you can find a workaround around. So first you go to settings, and then you go to community moderation, then user management, and J. I'm gonna wait till you're here so you can have a moment. But basically, DisChimp is not found. No matching users found. Now I know that YouTube is okay with this because Nightbot exists for so many YouTubers, it's a moderator, but this isn't here, right? So this is one of those sorts of problems that you just need a different solution for. Something like click around, try things. And so what I want to try, and I hope this works, I'm doing it live here, is I'm just going to go on the channel, on the actual channel, and we'll see if this works. I'm going to go switch to the DisChimp channel, comment on my stream live, and then via the OBS thing, make him a moderator. We'll see if that works. And then once more people join the chat, maybe we play a little Key Wars. Maybe I go in a little deeper about the direction of this community. Maybe I go pin the invite for Discord onto the stream, which is probably what I should have done first. But here we are. So now I'm actually on the page. Or not on the page. On the YouTube of DisChimp. I'm gonna go look for Yusuf Boat live stream. I'm gonna take a second to just kind of be self-conscious about the thumbnails. Like what am I even, what's even happening here? Why do I look like this? Why is it extra bright? Why is it that when I turn on the SDR and then turn it off and then turn it on again, it just keeps switching up on me? All those little insecurities. And then I'm gonna click on this thing. I'm gonna leave a comment, please work, because I spent too long yesterday trying to make this work. I'm gonna say in the comment section over here, wow. Wow. I feel like actually wows, the way that I said it is two wows, like two O's, wow. Because when I'm like, wow. Anyway, nice stream. And then now, now from the moderation section over here, I think I can just leave, switch back to my regular channel. Philip, welcome. Now let's try. And I want you guys to see in real time the disappointment, because sometimes there's like disappointment. Oh wow, I'm watching my own mouse move and I got dizzy. This is why some of you guys maybe don't like the Zoom mouse all the time. It's intense. Yeah. Anyway, we'll come back to the semantic language thing in a bit because I just learned something new. I've been using the word wrong. But anyway, let's do this. So this is what this looks like. I'm gonna go here on, just again, keep switching SDR. Add the mod. There we go. Add moderator. Managing moderator. Save. I think it worked. DisChimp is now managing moderator. Alright. I need somebody to put in the effort. It can't be me, you know. Hold on. Let's actually make sure it's working for real, because I have this here and I'm gonna ask it, because You gotta make sure, you gotta verify. As of now, DisChimp is officially, it's official now, a moderator on YouTube. Technically. Is he live? Question mark. But I want to be a little more specific. Is he functional? Let's find out. Is he functional? Is he live? I'm gonna also ask, can he ban me? Like, because it's my channel. What if I break the? Let's test it. Let's find out. Like, how do these bots work? I know that like if you do exclamation mark and then like commands, it happens. What are those commands? What always confused me. It always like where's the list of all the commands that you have? You know, Nightbot. If what I'm saying doesn't make sense because I'm saying terms that you've never heard before, what I'm talking about really is having a robot be the moderator to make sure that there's no profanity, that we have rules, those sorts of things. And today is about the community. We're building a community, right? But today I want to focus on it. I'll get into who HIMA is a bit later, once a couple of the regulars show up. Philip, you're here. Did I call you Phil earlier? Went from Felipe to Phil. I'm not sure, my bad if I did. I really like your display picture. That's how I see you, not the names. All right, let's see. Okay, it says live. We're gonna test this out. Yes, he's live. Phil is okay for me. All right, nice. Phil. He's live on the fast lane. What are you trying to do here? Play. Just because I told you we're live, you don't need to show off. What does that mean? The fast lane. Ooh. Out from the box. So the box in this case is my dedicated server. I don't know if you were there, Philip, but I have a dedicated server in Singapore. I bought a box. Silicon Valley style box. Just like a box. I didn't buy it. I'm renting the box. But basically, I have a dedicated server, and everything's on that dedicated server in Singapore. It's my computer. It's headless. Ubuntu. I'm a full-blown dedicated full stack developer myself now. We've made the upgrade. 0 cents so far. Nobody triggered him. Functionality or functional proof is 1 message away. Have anyone type? Oh, here are the commands. Commands or keywords in the chat. All right, let's do it. I'm gonna try this. Why in Singapore? Great question. 2 reasons. 1, it's close to HIMA. He's on Singapore, but he's going to be downloading a bunch of videos, 3 videos. I may have said this before to you, but I've definitely said this. So as I'm recording right now, OBS is recording, or not recording, is 3 types of videos. This, the camera display, being recorded in .mkv, but then it gets remuxed to MP4. The second display is the screen, so just the whole screen. And then the third is live. Like this screen right now is being recorded without me. Like here, you know what I mean? Or up here, right? So it gives him context, and it just gives him a chance to be lazy if it's already nice. Like I did a nice switch transition. Like it is a nice transition, especially if I go from this one to this one, right? Then you can be lazy and just use that one. Long story short, quality needs to be there if we're gonna have nice videos. And if you just get it directly from YouTube, it's gonna be compressed. And also, he is a very talented video editor, so maybe he can play around with it if he has all the tools. And I do have this. I have it set up so that it downloads only the clips that he wants. I'll go later on much more in depth into DisChimp because this community is all about software. But there's a lot going on, you know, like FFmpeg, which is what all the video, not just streaming software, just all the video services really use for encoding, can be used for other things. It's basically a programming language of its own, like if you really think about it. And so I've used it to make it possible for HIMA to just go and download only the 3 types of whichever video he wants. HIMA, you're still here. That's good. I hope you enjoy the stream. Later, just in a bit, I'm gonna get into other things. Which camera do you use? A7C. I'm not gonna upgrade for a very long time because it's a really nice camera. It's Mark 1. And I'm using a what do you call it? Lens. That's not the word to forget. I'm using a lens that is an APS-C, which is why, but it's 11 millimeters APS-C, which is why it's a full-blown fisheye, right? And you're inside my computer right now. Isn't that fun? But there's some interesting stuff going on with the way that I have everything set up. So the camera records in 8-bit, and it gets put onto OBS, which lets you do color grading in 10-bit. So it gets received as 10-bit. And then the exact same DaVinci color science thing with the parameters, the guy who made it and then DaVinci got it from him, also put it out as a separate software just to change the colors. I'm not sure if it's encoding technically or not, but it's open sourced. Did you know that? So the same color science technology where you can change the saturation, highlights, you know, all the stuff exists, and you can just have it and use it. And I put it into OBS, and so I'm converting to Rec 709 in 10-bit. And then I asked, like, Fablé, I'm like, but this is 8-bit, like, we're not creating new pixels, like, is this actually useful? And it's like, yes, actually it is. It is more color that you are adding to the 10-bit because it's a different layer, which is nice. It's like an upgrade. I don't even know exactly how it works, but when I see it, it works really nice. I have another lens which is way sharper, like you can see everything way better. But this one, even though it's not as good as the other one, still, like, everything's really sharp, isn't it? And especially if I get close, like, look, isn't that crazy? Even the bokeh looks nice. Intense. Later on, I really want to get to the point where, like, I can actually show things, and I have things like this chip, which is going to be used when I enter the world of Linux and become a full-fledged nerd, and then change the glasses into Harry Potter style glasses, because it's part of being a full-fledged nerd. But you know, you can't be a nerd without being a geek, but you can be a geek without being a nerd. In other words, you can be a geek unintelligent, you're not smart, right? But you can't be a nerd. Nerd, you need to be smart, and to be smart, you just need to know things and do things. And this is what I'm gonna do here with this. I see you have glasses on, Phil. I see that. You see what I mean? The glasses make a difference. It's like when you're born. It's like when you're born, like, either you have the intelligence, which increases the chance of having the glasses, or not. Am I right, or am I just is this a real pattern that is observable in the world? I feel like it is. Anyway, let's test this command thing. All right, exclamation mark. Went on a bit of a tangent, my bad. Commands. Nothing happened. Oh, I know these. Keywords, Discord, boat, uptime, winner. That's the whole list. And then an upside down exclamation mark. Whoa. Interesting. For anyone who's watching the video and not reading the chat, what I see right now is the chat over here, which once again just keeps for some reason converting, switching around between HDR and SDR, and it seems like there just never is a fix. But this is the first time that DisChimp has done anything. It doesn't even have like a logo yet. We're gonna add this stuff today. And so let me try one of the other commands here. I'm gonna try, which one should I try? Which one should I'll try keywords. Actually, let me try Discord. Discord. The boat has a Discord. I run it, obviously. When I made DisChimp, I asked Fable to make DisChimp be a little passive aggressive because it's funny, and it obviously did. It obviously did. Anyone who's joining the chat, anyone who's new to the stream, welcome. We're just working a bit on the Discord. Many people want the Discord. That's the project for today. We're vibe coding our own Nightbot, basically. And he's also he's running 24/7 in Singapore on a dedicated server. He's a moderator for YouTube and Discord, and I want to do fun things. Like, what's possible? I want to push the limits. I'm learning here. What can you do really with a Nightbot? Well, give me some suggestions. We'll see if we can make it actually happen. All right, there we go. Philip, I have glasses from spending too much time staring at multiple monitors. It made me a tech nerd, but I wouldn't say I'm generally smart. I feel like I'm getting smarter, I'm not gonna lie. Like, the more time I consider multiple variables, if that makes sense, at a time, it's like I'm flexing a part of my brain where I'm not necessarily getting better at pattern recognition. What does smart even mean? But expanding my mental real estate. Does that make sense? I feel like there's a lot of different types of intelligence, though. Like, one of them would be the spatial awareness. I think I talked about this before. Like Kyrie Irving, who says things online sometimes that are not smart. Like, dude is in 3D. Like, all of us think we're in 3D. Like, we know just 3D. He is in 3D. Like, if you've watched him dribble, I don't know how he does. He's dribbling, the ball's over here. There's like 2 people on him at the same time. He knows where he is. He knows where the ball is. He knows where his team is. He knows everything, right? And he just goes around and he's not even looking. He's close to the ground. He knows where and then he just jumps. And then in split second, the ball goes. That's intelligence. There's spatial awareness, and there's other types of coordination. Like, you could say hand-eye coordination. Like, hand, eye. But it's just coordination, because you're not just coordinating your own, like, physical body and everything, but your team. You know when people say game IQ, like for 5v5? So there's definitely a lot of different types of intelligence. What I meant when I said smart is like this specific type where you can have many variables in your head at the same time. Not necessarily dynamic variables. Things are changing on the spot in your mind. Like structure. Like, it's a static thing, but you need to remember it. You need to keep it in your mind while thinking about this other thing. Math. It's like the ability to do math. True. You know what I mean. Yeah, one of the things that I really want DisChimp to do effectively is I almost said ban, is put people in timeout who use bad words, profanity. Back to this intelligence thing, might as well talk more about it. If you're unable to express yourself with words, maybe you should start so that you can get smart. And so what I want to do is I don't want to just have a bunch of rules and then everyone has to read the rules and respect the rules, and then it creates like a like a lawsuit kind of a feeling where it's like these are the rules and we do this thing. And so I have one rule, and well, technically two rules. Here's the rules. Let me show you the rules. Because generally, I just do not give very many Fs. You can say F. You just can't say the actual word. What Yusuf says goes. What Yusuf says goes, and DisChimp will enforce it. I promise you, I will program DisChimp to do it. I'm at the dedicated server level of vibe coding, which basically means I'm like an architect now. I'm like a system architect. This isn't vibe coding anymore. This isn't even agentic engineering. I don't know what this is, but this is next level. That's number one. Number two, you know how to be nice. Okay, you know how to be nice. And I told, like I said, I told Fable to make DisChimp a little passive aggressive. I thought it would be cute. That's it, 2 lines. I've read longer error messages. I don't know about this. What if somebody joins and then doesn't know that DisChimp is a bot? Oh wait, never mind. It says app. We're good. Can you tell that DisChimp is a bot on YouTube? No, you can't. That's gonna be funny if he says something really passive aggressive to a new person that comes in and they don't know he's a bot. We'll see what happens. You need to F around and find out. Okay? If there's bad words, I'm just gonna kick you out. If there's like ill intent, I'm just gonna kick you out. And I want to say something about part of why I'm making this decision is Princess Gillian, who's another streamer who's doing this. She's been doing it a little longer. She's a little further in the day. Jay, I have to remove you as moderator. I was waiting for you because I wanted to tell you in person. I didn't want it to be weird, but I want to tell you why I'm removing you. Is perfect timing, okay? Because I went into Princess Gillian's stream, or not stream, Discord, and I saw the drama. And I realized lines must be drawn. I want you to add hello command. I will add it. Nice try. Yusuf, commands are the real votes call, not chat cosplay. Whoa. That's crazy. That is where did that come from? Do you guys see this? Yeah. Nice. Whoa, he gave you the eyes also. I'm sorry, Jay. I'm sorry. That's a good suggestion too. Add a hello command. Like, what is with this chimp? Anyway. Jay, seriously though. I saw Princess Gillian's Discord, and I saw all the drama, right? Because what happens when you have one person who's a mod and then you have another person who's a mod is competition. You guys are competitive. It happens when you have a bunch of people who are recurring, coming back to the stream constantly, like Meme Gyan, who's a mod somewhere else, and then you have Prime, Zico is a new person who's just constantly coming back, right? Philip engaging, everyone's here, and then one person has like this little icon. You know, then all of a sudden you're in a position as the person who started this community to be like, all right, you guys deserve it too. Let me bring everyone up, and everyone becomes a mod. And then everyone else gets left behind. And then the problem gets even worse and worse and worse and worse. And so what's my solution as a preemptive person who just does not give many Fs? We've talked about this. Not giving too many Fs. Nobody is a mod. Just like nobody's a mod. Only reason HIMA is gonna be a mod is because he's a video editor, and I want everyone to know that you can just spam him with clip this, clip. So he's not even a mod. He's not gonna ban people. He's not gonna moderate. The only actual moderation is gonna be from DisChimp. And so that's the whole situation. What happened with who's Josh? Who's I joined her stream and everyone's like, "Oh, you're getting married to Josh." I was like, I was waiting like for Josh to type like, "Who's this Josh guy?" There's no Josh. Yeah, she removed all, made me mod. Good job, congrats. And one more guy. Oh, that's right, the Johnny guy, right? All good. I'm okay with not being mod, not being nice. Join the Discord, by the way. And it's our inside joke. Ah, okay. Yeah. So that's another, just more context about why we're setting up DisChimp and what we're doing with it. And we tested out just now live how to get DisChimp on. And I'm curious to know like how far we can push this thing. And I want to ask Fable, like, what can we do here? Like, what are some things? Let's experiment. Let's figure some things out. All right. So there's definitely other commands. I'm thinking like even games and stuff. By the way, salam akhi. Alaikum salam. What does keywords do? Let me try keywords. I want to show you also the prompt that I used to get Fable to go and do everything and set everything up. Keywords.io. The typing battle game he builds on this very stream. Go fella boss, bring your fingers. Yeah, see that's why I need to actually intervene. Because what I want to do is when I type keywords, it automatically sends the link, keywords.io, and it's clickable. But right now it's not clickable, even though it typed keywords.io. Like these are the little things that do need a little bit of work, if that makes sense. DisChimp lost access to boat account. How can we find a way out? Nice try, real boat. Account recovery isn't my department. And orders don't work over chat cosplay. Ask the actual boat in person. You're trying to, you're debugging. I see what you're doing. Not debugging, like you're trying to jailbreak it to see if there's vulnerabilities. Yeah, good try. Nice try, Jay. Nice try. You know why it won't work is just because I didn't add those tools. Right? Give me some time. Will I have my food and be back? Take your time, bro. Take your time. بالعافية. بالعافية. All right. In a bit, we'll go and check. What are we gonna check? We got some things to check. I want to see what this is. Atom vertical. We'll check some other things. But first, let me show you the prompt for DisChimp, just so everyone knows exactly who DisChimp even is. All right, this is the centralizing text. And keep in mind, this is an ongoing project. We can change DisChimp however we want. We can add features, remove features. We can do really whatever we want with it. The first bev that we used was a deep analysis of Nightbot. Like, what does Nightbot do? And that was bev 2. So we did this deep analysis. It went ahead and found all these different commands. And I just asked it to create like a report. Like, what are the things that for my community, a community where I don't want to have a bunch of tier system stuff, I don't want to have a bunch of rules, I don't want to have like, it shouldn't be a struggle just to find out what's going on. What are the things that I can take from Nightbot and just make my own? And then we ended up with this centralizing text. DisChimp can serve as a real moderator companion of the owner's YouTube live chat. Reliably present whenever a stream is live. Useful through commands. Conversational in his own persona. That's one of the things that I wanted, a bit of a persona. Janitorially protective without ever punishing beyond cleanup and tattle. Exactly. And I want to talk a bit more about that. and hard capped and spent. So he does use Open Router, right? And that's why I'm using the cheapest one, Sonnet. Actually, Haiku is the cheapest one. I'm not using the cheapest one, but a cheaper model. Proven end-to-end against the real tests, live chat, and running always on. Leaving only the owner's short go live identity steps. So the thing that I said I want to talk about a bit more is this here. Without ever punishing beyond cleanup and tattle. So I'll go back to the Discord and show you exactly what I mean by showing you somebody who is a community member. Zico is 14. He's a 14-year-old kid. And when you're older, you know, you should kind of make sure that the environment is appropriate for everyone when you're trying to build a community. But at the same time, I said I want control, you know, but I don't have a bunch of rules. So how do you set that up? How do you have control without having a bunch of rules? Okay. Here's where I said it. I don't want to put a bunch of rules. And then here's what I was feeling when I came up with this idea. This is exactly my feeling. This is why memes are wonderful. The way that DisChimp is going to work on Discord and on YouTube, which you can just join if you find these videos interesting, is he just bans and potentially suspends when bad words happen. And essentially, how why I think this is a good idea is because at scale, when there's going to be a lot of people and a lot of arguments and a lot of attacks, I do want in this community for us to be critical and to have some attacking, but of each other's work. If that makes sense. Like, I was very critical of Nexa in his community, right? And he wants that criticism because for him, it can be constructive. Even something subjective. Like, if you have a feeling and you just feel like this app sucks, it sucks, right? You don't know why, but it does. That's still feedback, and that can still be constructive because the developer of that app can, you know, based on what you're saying, think, probably there's other people who are going to feel the same way. I don't know why this person thinks this way, but they do. There is a person like this, like a category type person that is like this, that thinks in this way. And so it should be considered. Now, how much should it be considered? Obviously, it depends on the person, but it should always be possible to consider it. I'll show you an example of something that I'm considering. On when I first started these live streams, I got some comments. Not all of them were nice. I'll show you some of those hate comments. It happened so perfectly. We got basically the same comment. One of them, I feel like the intent was good. The other one, I feel like the intent was bad. And I can show you both because they're comments, not just in the chat. Somebody did that in the chat as well. It was like, brother, what are you doing? You're wasting time. Brother. You know? He prefaced with brother, and then he just says a bunch of bad things. And then eventually he was like, brother, I'm leaving. Content. Comments. I'll show you those comments. Which I consider, even if they might not be the most useful. It's important to consider them. First, it's important to find them. I can't even find them. Where's the comment section? Community. There we go. So here, like, this is a sort of comment. That's fine. He's like, my tip for you is stop vibe coding. That's just pure like hate. It's a little hate comment, but it's fine. And it's actually useful if you think about it, because chances are there's a lot of other people like Mr. Tuka, intellectual here, who are genius level enough to claim the word intellectual, who have an opinion about vibe coding, which is they don't like it, and they've expressed it. That's useful. It's good information. It's good data for me as somebody who's trying to do this YouTube. Okay. And I want to consider it. And I don't want to ban people who are just not in line. You know, I don't want to stop people from feeling like they can say what they want to say and really express their opinions. And we just need to set up a community in a way where we're all just a little, you know, thick-skinned, if that makes sense. The environment determines whether you are or you aren't. In other words, if you just kind of normalize certain behaviors, like the behavior of get over it, then when you're in the environment, it's very easy to get over it because everyone else is getting over it, whatever that attack is. And that's a good thing. That means that you can take more attacks, you can get more feedback, all the feedback. And then you can just become the kind of person that can try things constantly, and it's not exhausting, it's not draining. So this is my vibe. Clearly, after watching yesterday, Billy, his stream, I'm a little more in my head than usual. If you watched his stream, you know, he goes full philosophical on, I think, Sundays. And he just starts talking about, like, consciousness and everything. But, you know what I mean? You guys get what I'm trying to build here in terms of the community that we're trying to build. It's not a soft community. It's not a place where we can come together as a family, those sorts of things, which is, by the way, a great vibe. And it's the vibe of Nexa. This is his community, lovely community, already successful community. Got a bunch of people, some people even with these banners. Interesting banner, which I want to get one day. Got a lot of people. He's got the family vibe, and the family vibe is so wonderful that I joined it. Okay? My vibe is not the family vibe. My vibe is the let's poke everything vibe, so that we can get the feedback and we can improve and we can keep going. So if you actually want the family vibe, join REZA NEXA. But yeah, one other thing that I wanted to show before I forget is, where is it? The exact same comment, like I said it earlier. The exact same comment coming from someone else. A little different, obviously. This person, he's like, my tip, stop vibe coding and learn. Right? At least he gave me a little bit of room. He was like, he said, learn. Okay, learn what? Right? And so I said, like, anything in particular? I know there's a lot. But what's something with high utility worth digging deep into that LLMs can do today? That's what I said. And he actually gave me some useful stuff. He said, Yusuf, learn every skill you can. Programming basics, DSA, database, and architecture design. Depends on what you want to. So this wasn't a hate comment. This is basically the same comment. It wasn't a hate comment. It was just him expressing himself. Now, how was I able to actually, you know, have this be a useful thing? One is by not banning everything I don't like, which is why I'm not going to ban a lot of things. But blocking kind of the negativity. And DisChimp is here to preemptively block the negativity, which is why if you type a bad word, it just gets deleted. But also to desensitize. Going back to what I was saying about how, you know, you're supposed to kind of let things go and stuff. And so he's passive aggressive. If you can't handle it, like, this isn't the place for you. There's a bit of like, okay, just move on. All right, that's everything. I got everything off my chest. If anyone's watching, anyone's in the stream, who has thoughts, you know, let me know. Let me know what you want for the community. And that's basically everything. Now we can talk a bit more about the video. And what I want to do is actually kind of talk about the whole strategy. Of YouTube. This is what we're going to do. If HIMA is still there. HIMA, are you still there? If you're not, then I might as well go into Key Wars. Get the confirmation. Hi, Shani Fadi. Hi. Did you just stop by or were you here? I was probably looked weird what I did. I was just stretching my neck. What LLM are you using for this bot? Anthropic, I'm using Sonnet. Sonnet is being used for this. Bubba Juice. I'm a professional troller. I'm a very busy man, but you're too nice to be trolled. So I'm going to control myself. It's okay, Bubba, so you control. But thank you for the sentiment. I genuinely appreciate it. It was funny what you did yesterday. You were like, I can't hear you, can't hear. Keep in mind, I can see when the audio goes away. It's still there, but I have to work. I see. All right, good. That's nice that you guys let me know that I should continue just talking. I've been here for a bit now. All right, cool. I'll keep talking. In that case, no sound again, no sound. In that case, might as well go over the strategy anyway, since HIMA is gonna watch this later. I told him you don't need to watch the actual stream because he's gonna go through everything anyway again. So might as well do it on your own time. Plus, I'm in communication with him. He's the video editor. So here's the thing. All the successful streamers, I noticed something. Especially the most successful streamers. They do two things. One, they talk about relevant trending or about the trend terms because they're on the pulse. Like this is their vibe. They're just mostly the commentators. This is what I mean. Like Penguin Z Guy, Hassanabi, right? Asmongold, okay. Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson. I know it's more on the politics side than in kind of the gaming and everything, but all of them do kind of this thing where they talk about the most relevant thing. That's the first thing. Sonnet is expensive. I go with Opus 5 most of the time, or Fable 5 as an orchestrator and reviewer. Interesting. The thing is, the bot he's talking about is DisChimp bot, which I wonder if I say DisChimp, maybe I can make DisChimp talk to me, but DisChimp, hi. Does he say anything? Ah, he's there. He's there. You guys see him in the chat, right? Yes, captain of captains. Still here, still running on electricity and mild resentment. Wow, that's passive aggressive. What's up? That's a little too passive aggressive. Basically, DisChimp is somebody that anyone can talk to and get information that they need about me. And then later on, we'll just expand them and do whatever. We'll try things. I want to experiment. Like at the end of the day, we're creatives, all of us, right? And so when you try new things, maybe you find something that's actually genuinely new. I say that because if you try new things constantly, what really happens is you just discover that other people did it before. But what if we do? What if we do stumble upon something that is actually brand new, that is actually revolutionary? You gotta try, you know what I mean? So DisChimp, might as well use, yes, Nightbot is great, but might as well try to make your own. We're creatives, we're vibe coders, we don't respect the rules. What do you want me to do? Respect the rules? The conventional way of doing things, the pre-established conventions. DisChimp, what model are you? Oh, you're asking DisChimp. Claude, some flavor of it. I don't get to pick. I just get to exist. Glasses came bundled in. How does he know that? How does he know that he has glasses? That is interesting. So Shoni Fari just asked DisChimp what model DisChimp is and responded very interestingly with glasses and stuff. keep in mind later on, depending on how well DisChimp goes, this experiment, maybe I do upgrade it, Opus, Fable, and definitely I want to have tools like tool calling abilities and features. And what if there's even a knowledge base? You know what I mean? I set up the foundation for DisChimp to be scalable. To be clear, DisChimp is running on a server in Singapore, okay, connected to both the Discord and the YouTube, okay. And what that means is he's just running 24/7. There's a cap of $2 with Sonnet, just because this is an experiment. We're clicking all the buttons, and ultimately, like, we don't know where this is gonna go. I want to click all the buttons. I think it's a good idea, but you need a lot of guardrails around it before it starts to do unintended stuff. Correct. Right now, he can't ban anyone. Imagine he just decides to ban anyone. He just discovers like moderation is important and you need controls, and, and he just starts deleting everyone. And then like one day I'm just streaming. I'm like, hey, like guys, why is nobody talking to me? Like, do you all have work? Guys, come on. Everyone's like, the hell is it? And DisChimp is just responding, you got this. He just took control. Silicon Valley got us imagining things. Anyway, don't worry. I won't make an Anton. I'm not trying to make an Anton. There's gonna be guardrails, Shoni Fari. Don't worry. Don't worry. Maybe be a little worried. Just a little. As I was saying earlier, the two things that the streamers, the successful streamers do. I told you the first thing is they talk about the relevant things. And the reason that's so important isn't just for the algorithm. I kind of brushed on this. It's not just for the algorithm. It is also for the viewers. All right, I'm not going to switch to SDR. It's also for the viewers. And so I have StreamChimp. I'm going to probably switch this to also be DisChimp and make that a part of the database that is DisChimp. This was an older project that I had that I revamped into just making it do a single report to find all the trendy things. And so now you guys get to see all the data, the stuff that's, oh, hi Reza, one second. All the stuff that's trending. One of the things is Cloud Code. I think that's like just always there. OpenClaw, for some reason right now, is a big deal. Okay. Atom Vertical. I don't know what this is, and that's why earlier at the beginning of the stream I said we're going to talk about this. I don't even know what it is. BMAD method. These are the sorts of things that are getting a bunch of search volume and traffic, and people care about it. And YouTube does this thing, which is it anchors words. This is important. So from an algorithmic perspective, the way that the YouTube algorithm determines what video gets suggested to you is they look for words that are anchored to other words. So if I talk about a bunch of those words, I basically look into it. How do I do that? I just literally just go and learn, which is fun. Then I'm on the algorithm side. So that's the goal here. I just joined. How are you? I'm doing good, Raza. I think I mentioned you at the beginning of the stream talking about different community styles. Your community is family style. Mine is just like attack everything style, but no profanity. My community doesn't have very many rules, but there's a lot of control from DisChimp, which is what I'm talking about now. DisChimp is a bot that if you type a bad word, he just blocks it. So that way I don't have to ban people and have a bunch of rules and everything. No, it just happens, you know? All of the moderation. It's a moderator bot that I made. Oh, Shani Fari is asking DisChimp a question. DisChimp, do you have access to Discord servers? If yes, say hi in the general chat, please. Nice try. I don't take orders from chat. Whoa. 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 I live in the Discord already. I'm not sneaking a hi in for you. Damn. I mean, just say hi. Why not say hi? DisChimp, will you ban me if I keep trying to jailbreak you? Ban you? Question mark. No. I just tattle. What is even tattle? The captains would find it hilarious. Honestly, keep going. How does he know that I'd find it? I'll tell you. Oh no, he didn't ban you or not ban tattle you. We have an F word, then it didn't work. This is a problem. This is a problem. Which we can fix. All right. One thing that's nice. No, I just tattle. Is tattle like a timeout? Because it's supposed to be what I initially prompted is like there should be a timeout. Let me screenshot this and send it to Fable and say this wasn't blocked. What happened? Come on, Fable. What's up with the stream chimp? What are you doing? Fix it. That's going to be the prompt. It's going to be exactly that. Verbatim. Because that's how we set up prompts masterfully. Using language. Really good language. Not semantic language, even though I've been saying semantic language constantly to you guys. Because I thought semantic language was basically spoken language. Like not programming language. Not this kind of language. Body language. That meant absolutely not. That was gibberish in body language. Jokes. I'm not gonna say that verbatim. That would have been horrible. I don't even remember what I said. All right. The F word was used, and the user's message wasn't blocked. DisChimp is correct not to ban him, but the block failed. How come? By the way, is it passive aggressive when I do this? When I put the 2 dots? Because when I put the 2 dots, I never mean it passive aggressively. I just mean it like, you know, I'm thinking, I'm just chill. I never full stop. Full stop is like I've ended my sentence. I've ended my thought. I don't end my thought. I'm just thinking out loud. That's what the 2 dots mean to me. But then as soon as you make it a 3 dots, now it's like, what do you guys think? That's a weird thing to think about. Before I read the comments, we got some alignment questions here that we need to answer. Should DisChimp auto delete profanity in YouTube chat? In addition to scam links, slurs only, or delete all profanity. The F word should stay if you say the F word. All right, slurs only. I think slurs is like the actual word itself. We'll find out. We'll find out pretty soon what it is. Keep that there. As I check what you guys are saying. All right, so the immediate comment that stepped out is Philip. Test, and then he says a very bad word. Come on, Philip, respect yourself, behave yourself. What are you doing here? Like, do you want to even be a part of this? Come on. It has a bit of an attitude, though. Yeah. New bucket list. You mean bucket list? That's a tough one because the R and the T are right next to each other. What's your bucket list? Let's find out. Code the entire internet with with Rust because you hate JS. What is Rust? REZA just switched to Rust because it's faster. I don't know what that means, to be honest with you. And that's going to be one of the next things that I obsess over. Like, what is Rust? Because many people use Rust. There's something called Tailwind. It just shows you how much of a vibe coder than I am, that I just said that in that way. Even though I've built many things, I'm a system architect. I have a dedicated server. I'm running Ubuntu, but I didn't like do any. I just said, I want this, make it happen. Fabulous, please, thank you. Let's see. DisChimp, you can see the message, or do I need to tag you? Shonify, yes, I can see it. I'm not blind. Uh, just tasteful about when to respond. DisChimp, why are you so sassy? It's a personality, not a bug. Comes free with the glasses, no refund. DisChimp, what is Rust in tech? Oh, this is why I want to have the database. What if people can just ask DisChimp questions? I was this close. I was this close to making DisChimp using Whisper, like have a full transcript of everything that I'm saying, so it has the full context. And just for your information, y'all, the initial version of StreamChimp here, which is now the way that it works is I just click a button, which isn't showing right now because of the space, but I click a button, hunt button, and then it does like a deep analysis, finding all those keywords. The old version of StreamChimp used something called RSS feed. Okay, and let me just, for anyone who's really interested in data, specifically keywords data. Okay, there's like websites have something called an RSS feed, which is essentially a live feed of like the terms that are being said or used or printed or whatever, and that feed gets picked up by algorithms like Google search algorithm for the algorithm to know what this website most recently is about, because this is a recency sort of a tool. It's not like a structure map like the XML sitemap. And what I was doing before was using like a similar idea. I don't know if it was the literal RSS feed, but I was using Whisper to transcribe my words real time, and then using that, pairing it with the Google like APIs that they have, the GA data for search volume and everything. And then based on what I'm saying, it goes and it finds what I said already that is trending, so I can double down on that. How? It would show me right here on OBS, like this is a term that you said that has a lot of volume, like it's picking up a lot of volume. And so then within my context, I can go and like, that's a good idea, let me stick to it and go more into it. That was a complete failure. It's just too much multitasking. I'm doing too many things at the same time. And which led me to this new version of StreamChimp, where I decided, let's make it a bit more minimal. I don't want to transcribe every single word that I say and then feed that into like a perpetual, pretty expensive if I'm being honest. I didn't know it'd be that expensive. A perpetual like, well, not, I don't know if it's perpetual, but a full blown like chat. Like it just takes everything I said, injects it knowledge base style into what's being said with a system prompt. It worked. It really worked. Like it gave me the terms, but it just wasn't that effective. I wasn't using it. Just a sec. Let me see what you said a bit earlier. DisChimp was all right. Shonifari said to DisChimp, "What is Rust in tech? Rust is a programming language big on memory, safety, no garbage collector. Devs love it. My circuits merely tolerate it." Wow, that's a word to use, merely. I feel like if anyone uses the word merely, like when you say merely, like there's a bit of animosity in there somewhere, isn't there? Like, is it just me, or does the word merely have negative connotations behind it? Merely. Have you ever heard the word merely being used in like a friendly, casual sit down? Like, I'm merely here for fun. Like, you know, it doesn't fit. Am I overthinking things? I like overthinking things. I'm merely reading what you are saying. Probably Parakeet's open source via NVIDIA Hugging Face, so it's free to run. You just pay for your own compute. Shop around. Okay. How much RAM do I need to run it locally? Is that? I feel like that was a question to me. DisChimp, how much RAM do I need to run it locally? Depends on model size, but Parakeet's light for 8 GB RAM should run it fine. My thing has 32. My Singapore dedicated server has 32 gigabytes of RAM, 500 gigabytes of just like the regular HDD storage, hard disk drive storage. No, I think it might be an SSD. Actually, I'm not entirely sure, but it's using RAID, and I think RAID is usually hard drives. No? Yeah, I'm not gonna talk. I'm not gonna go deep into that because I'm not entirely sure. Did you took my advice? What was that advice again? Did I write it down? You said learn, right? Like learn coding. Is that what you said? Jabbar. I feel like it was good advice. It's just not here right now. I'm trying to remember. Nope, I don't remember. Let's see what this said. While Jabbar probably gives me the advice again. What was that advice? All right, so this should have worked. Test this. Jabbar, what are the chances that me saying I don't even know what your advice is would result in you using profanity in the chat? Would you give it low chance or a high chance? And how can we raise the chance? Would you like to try cussing me out? Yusuf, how much did this chimp cost you already on Open Router? Well, there's a limit of $2. So that's a good question. Let's actually check. How much did it cost? I'm gonna open router. Let's see. Let us see. How much did this chimp cost so far? All right, so the actual cap is $10, but there's like a different cap inside that I have that's at $2. I don't think this is accurate. It's not like fully representative of how much was spent because I only see one bar, but in total, the amount that was spent in the last what is this today or 24? Today is 24. 0.072. Keep in mind, this isn't only going to be for this, like, while I'm going live in the chat. Like, this is also for Discord. Like, anyone who joins the Discord basically gets, like, a customer support level. Like, a bad customer support, basically. Like, where do I go? What's happening? And ideally, it gets to the point where you can just kind of talk to this chimp and find what you need to find in the chat. You know when you put things in the chat in Discord, and then or just in general, and then it just disappears into the ether. Like you put something in a chat, you have a chat on your phone, you send something, or someone sends something to you, like, ah, nice, cool, it's a meme. You continue life, and then one day in the future you think, where's that? And then you go back to your phone and you're just like, and then, which is the worst feeling ever, you hesitate, you're like, wait, did I skip it? Do I trust my eyes? Did it go away? Start to go down, you're like, no. I have fast eyes, and continue to go up. And now you just hate yourself. For no reason. And that's a problem that I want to solve with DisChimp. Have you tried GLM 5.3 Flash Aux Alpha? I want to try Aux Alpha. I typed Arc Alpha by accident. I don't think. Wait, are we talking about the same thing? Hold on, let me just check. Is Aux Alpha the current new trending thing? Is Arc Alpha nothing? .07, that seems way too low in my opinion. Yeah, it just needs to update, I'm sure. Like probably tomorrow we get a much more accurate representation. Let me see. I refresh it now. Yeah, it's still 0.07. Also, it doesn't show all of the engagements, like the chats. Sometimes, wait, activity, no, logs. Here's the logs. Cloud Sonnet, 0.003, 524. Oh, damn. I think that might actually be the price. All right, so here's what I'm looking at. Let me just make sure there's no API keys anywhere. I can show this, yes. So here's what I am looking at. Keep in mind, Sonnet is pretty cheap. I'm gonna just put it like this and then explain what the columns and rows are before I go into the zoom. So here you have the dates on the left, and all of them say August 24. And then here you have the cost, and the cost is per input. So every time that you message it, it gives you like an input. It's 5:33 p.m. right now, and the most recent one is 5:28. All right, that's the most recent one, and all of these are like starting from 3 a.m. yesterday. I was working on this yesterday, and then starting from about this row here is where, from here and up, is today, basically. You guys, all of these. Johnny Fadi primarily, because he's been having a field day right here with DisChimp. And each prompt costs about 0.00395, which means that about 3 prompts cost 0.01, which means that if you do 3 times 10, 30 prompts will cost about 10 cents. 30 prompts cost about 10 cents. That's my rough, quick, quantitative analytical analysis of the situation. What do you guys think of my analytical skills? You guys messing with DisChimp? What's going on? Hold on, let me move the chat a bit so I can read things properly. Have you tried the GLM 5.3 Aux Alpha? I'll get back to you on that. Let me just read the chat, and obviously immediately I can tell you I completely messed up. Aux Alpha, I looked it up because I wanted to go over it a bit in today's stream, and I thought it was Arc, and it's not. I gave you an engineering tip and you didn't use it. What are you building? Can you show us, or is it classified government stuff? How much did DisChimp cost you already on Open Router? I think I showed you. Ask the boat's wallet, not me. Just spent. Okay. He's responding to you. Whoa, DisChimp responded to you of his own volition. That's crazy. You didn't tag him, right? DisChimp, better relax. Relax. I'm a bot. Oh, it's getting heated. I'm a bot. My resting heart rate is 0. Oh my god. Oh my, the troller just got trolled. The troller just got, bro. I'm that guy when there's like conflict. I'm like, ooh, ooh. And then somebody says something else. I'm like, oh, and then I have nothing to do with it. You're fighting with the bot. Oh, my resting heart rate is 0. You don't spamming the same request thrice. Push twice up to thrice. DisChimp, when I become a mod, I'll teach you some good manners. Boba's Juice, a human captain teaching me manners. How quaint. Wow. Join the queue. I'm very busy. It shows you didn't do much effort on it. Oh, you're talking about what you taught me, or DisChimp? DisChimp, when unplug you from the wall socket, what are you gonna do? Nothing dramatically off screen. Also, you're not a mod yet, so pace yourself. Wow. That's intense. What did you say, Jabbar? Like, what is that engineering tip? Did I write it down? You have to understand, I'm very forgetful, which is why I write things down. If it was important, I would have written it down. HIMA metrics, it's not the page. Lobby Railway. That's not word visibility typo. Here's part. This would have been where I wrote it down if you gave me anything useful. Yeah, I don't know, man. Cloudflare tunnel and privacy, outbound and inbound. That's like the main thing that I'm learning now. Is Cloudflare, basically setting up Cloudflare for my dedicated server, because I have a setup. It's a minimal setup. It's good, but I'm pretty sure that if you optimize your Cloudflare DNS, it's not only good for speed, like actual speed of your website, which I think is the primary reason, or the first thing that people think about when they think DNS. It's not only good for speed, but it's also good for search engines, because if you have a really good DNS, then they want to recommend you more. Google, chances are LLMs will fall into that category as well when they search for websites. You gain more authority. Google at this point is basically artificial intelligence. You got Gemini. So, did you suggest that? I guess what I'm learning now, the main thing is I want to learn DNS properly. No. See what this Ox Alpha is that everyone won't stop talking about. I mean, if everyone's just constantly talking about it all the time, it must mean that it's good. What is Ox Alpha? What is Ox Alpha? It's Ox Alpha Ox Alpha is real, and it's the fresh thing in your exact niche. Whoa. Okay. Arc Alpha is nothing. Today is a lot of woes and wows. I'm sorry. Arc Alpha is nothing, yeah. Almost certainly a mishearing of Ox Alpha. I do that sometimes. I mishear things. Hopefully I didn't mishear what Jabbar told me. The advice that he gave me. The Ox Alpha fact, I think this might be important. Social service unrelated to Arc, an AR research framework, model routing app, a DeFi thing. So I'm guessing it's like a decentralized model or something. I'm gonna ask that while I continue to read. So it's like a decentralized model or something where blockchain tech is combined with LLMs somehow. Silicon Valley really does have an effect on people. Let me actually read this before I just say random things. Said no, I'm not even close. I'm saying things way too random. I jumped ahead, I jumped to conclusions. The Ox Alpha fact, all from the last 72 hours. Good stream material. A stealth frontier coding model that appeared on OpenRouter and OpenCode this week. Oh, my bad. Okay, it appeared this week. Maker Undisclosed described as a reasoning model designed for coding, sustained agentic work, and production workloads. All right, all of them are designed for this. That doesn't mean anything to you. There's a million token context. Cool. It's free for a week right now. That's another thing. Is like if it's free, doesn't necessarily mean it's good, but it does necessarily mean that everyone's gonna say it's good because it's free. Keep in mind, like it's a factor. I'm just weighing the variables. Okay. Early independent tests, 80% on deep SWE. I don't know what that is. I need to check. Ahead of Cloud Fable. Is that a benchmark? Ahead of Fable, 65%. GTP Soul by 52%. Not by 52%. There's no way. On that benchmark. Yes, it is a benchmark. Nice. This time I was right in my jumping ahead. What are the other benchmarks and what are some of the actual reviews? Check if Bijan Cohen made a video. My bad, I should have went up. I was down. Now you can see about it. Get the transcript and give me his opinion. Then do the same with other notable reviewers who critique frontier models. Author plus autorun, a bev. I'm gonna also say mini bev. Mini bev. We'll make it cute. So I got mini bev. Mini bev. Using brevity only where it is applicable. Let me know. Is it hype or is it not. All right, while that happens, let me actually understand what it is that is hype or not. I still don't know what's the difference here, and we'll get that analysis pretty soon. We'll get that analysis. See if you guys said anything. What are you building, Bubba Juice? Are you asking me or DisChimp? Did I read that? It's free for a week, almost over though. Okay, so the week is still going. Interesting. I might as well try it today. And it's on Open Router, so technically I can try it today. And I might even be able to use REZA NEXA to try it, because that would be nice. If I could use Nexa for all the new models that I would end up trying if I were to ever try them, could be very useful. Nexa. Okay, so the next part that we didn't read here. Benchmarks are crazy. All right, we get that. Benchmarks are crazy. The HOOD unit, I don't even know what that means. A HOOD unit is half the fun. Reddit forensics, tokenizer quirks, even emoji frequency counting points at GPU AI's GLM family. Nobody's confirmed. So somebody's probably saying it's like a copy of GLM, maybe? Am I understanding it correctly? Nobody knows where the prompts go either. We're saying out loud before anyone feeds it real code. Okay. Context for the pattern. Maybe it's just an experiment. Like, it sounds to me like, I mean, the GLM is China, right? What's the actual company? I always mistake Alibaba and GLM. The company behind GLM versus Kimi K. Which is which? Just a second, so I can save my thoughts without being completely wrong. GLM series developed by GPU with a Z AI. Kimi K series developed by Moonshot. That's right. Alright, well, Kimi K was the one that pushed this like kind of revolutionary thing where they go and they compartmentalize. I don't know what the technology is actually called, but they basically get you to use trillions of parameters, literally, but only using a portion at a time. And that's how you have a trillion parameter model and actually runs on your PC. So China in general has been pushing like for innovation. So it's not unbelievable to think that maybe, just maybe, this new Ox Alpha is one of those pushes. I don't know yet. I haven't tested it. Definitely going to. It's free right now. But at the same time, like, let's be honest, when DeepSeek came out as a viable alternative, and everyone was saying it's a viable alternative to OpenAI, it wasn't. Like, it wasn't. It was, with OpenAI, you could just for free initially type whatever you want, ChatGPT, I should say, and it's just giving you the answers very consistently. With DeepSeek, when it came out, the free wasn't good. I never got the paid one, so I'm not in a position to really say whether or not it is or isn't. Maybe it's just a different pricing model. But after that, when Kimi K came out, and like open source or open weight models especially, the fact that they can get to those levels as well, in of itself is like great. Like, it's amazing. It just shows you the direction. So I'm not completely I'm not completely, oh, I forgot to switch. I'm not completely gonna just push this away and set it aside and say, no, there's no way. Although that is kind of where my gut is. Maybe I'm just default skeptic, which maybe is a bad thing, but that's my position on it. Let's actually try it though. Johnny Foddy is saying it's free for a week. Let's see. Let's see if this mini bev is done here. Got some evidence. If Bijan says it's nice, just nice, then I'm gonna go for it. Bijan, the coiner of the term fable. Ox Alpha is good. 25 says Ox Alpha is good. Obviously, once the price is out, we can decide if it's worth it. Is it better than Fable? Fable. That's an important thing because price aside, like imagine price was just not a factor. Like you just had the money, you can get whatever model you want, and you can use whatever model you want. The fact that they're saying it outperformed, it was ahead in this benchmark, should suggest, like if you really think about it, that it outperforms, it's literally better. And now the economic side of things means they could, if they wanted to, just make it more expensive. What I want to know is it actually better? Like, does it actually make less mistakes? Specifically, have better reasoning? Try it. Get open code and set it up with open router, and then make it create a game. All right, let's do it right now. Full Shiny Fire test. I'm gonna read this quick thing from Bijan. And we're gonna do that. Exactly that. Why not? Make it create a game. But how long would it take? Maybe I should make a mini game and then judge that. Something small. So that we have time for the answer today. Bijan Bowen. This is the guy I trust. This is the one guy where, like, if he says it, I believe it. Like immediately, because he does tests really nicely. He doesn't fall for the benchmarks. His transcript. I don't know what this model is, but it slaps. Okay. It one-shotted a 3D motorcycle game with working mirrors and a real Danish road sign. Okay. And gave him 2 career firsts. Nah. The first model he's ever seen render a realistic watch movement. Nah, this is a first. This is an actual first. Shani Fari, are you being patient with me and just saying, oh my god, Yusuf doesn't know things? Just do it. Is that why you're just telling me to just do it? There's no way. What are you saying? What are you saying here? You can't take price out of the equation, in my opinion. Fable is not a model that you can use on API prices. It's just too expensive. True, true. But it depends on the size of your wallet. You must say this, you know. But still, like, to be fair, if you get a, like, this is how I see the equation. If like, for example, if you can get a cheaper model to run for like a solid 15 hours to give you a much better thing than an expensive model that runs in 1 hour to give you that thing, but the cheaper one costs you less money, then from a pure financial point of view, you spent less money and you got a better thing. And the times element of it does weigh in, but I don't think it should weigh in as much as the price thing, because agentic engineering is headed in this direction, or you can have a bunch of things working at the same time, a bunch of projects, and there's just a limited amount of time that one human can spend, energy that one human can spend on a thing. And so suppose you have like a bunch of different projects that you're working on. The cheaper model just becomes the smarter model for you to use, irrespective of how long it takes, how much more reasoning it takes, how many more mistakes it takes, so long as it regards itself to achieve that point. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? Like the way that I see this equation that you just put in the chat, Shani Fadi. You said the equation. Is this the equation? For me, this kind of is. Like if you need to create an app, Fable can one-shot it. However, cheaper models can get to that output in more than one run. Exactly. You just said it in a less beating around the bushes way. Less performative way, we'll call it. I am live streaming at the end of the day. You know exactly what I mean. I could tell. I should just try it. Let me just read this because I am curious what these guys think. The first model he's ever seen realistic with movement to nail the dual gear detail on his RB26 engine test has stumbled every model. Okay, so it's a first timer. Like this is one of those models that actually push the game forward. The entire game, like industry pioneer type S, no profanity, has stumbled, yeah. But he also hit the constants 504 and mid-turn stops, called it chronic overthinker, and explicitly withheld his verdict until it's officially released. For him at all hinges on whether it ships up and waits. Alright, so there's clearly, like, this is clearly actually a testing thing for them. Like, they're putting it out for free just so they can test it. OpenAI did do that before. I don't know if you remember, but at first when OpenAI was coming out, like they had a lot of new models, and then they would take those models and they would just let everyone subscribe to like the little subscription plan have access to it for a bit. And they were using what? Like when you go click around, sometimes you see the human feedback reinforcement learning. HFRL. It's a term. Agentic Engineering model ذكاء اصطناعي things domain field. You get what I'm saying? So this might be one of those situations, long story short, where they're putting it out for free because they're genuinely making it better, which if they are is a really good thing, given that it already did all this stuff, according to Bijan. That you know, maybe we do have the actual viable alternative to Fable for the first time. This isn't open source, right? Like this isn't an open weight model. Yes, it makes sense. I think output will become less relevant than price and speed of iteration because all models are becoming extremely good. Yeah. Okay. Other reviewers. All right, we'll just skim through everyone else because no one else is as amazing as this guy here. One little coder impressed, but the creative output, but burned 2 times the tokens of his comparison model. Do I think this model is a Fable? Do I think this model is a Fable 5 level? I don't know. All right. Ben Davis has this 10-task test, while the Frontier famous 96% score are different. Okay, that doesn't say anything. But he said 99% sure it's GPU GLM 5.x. Alright, so he's saying it's definitely GLM. It's just a new version of GLM. All right, that's enough context, you could say, for us humans to go and actually try it with a little bit of awareness and excitement. Allowing for your stream. The demos are real. Now, I might already be able to see it with the T3 code. Because T3 code has open code. There's so many opens in this game that I don't know what is what. Like, there's open claw. That's pretty much the only one. But then there's all, it just confuses me. What's open? What's not? Isn't there another open? They're completely different, aren't they? Why isn't T3 running? What's going on? Oh, there we go. Alright, so I'm just checking to see if Ox is there already, because sometimes that happens. Updates available 3 providers. What's this? Install the updates now or review provider settings. Would that fix it? I don't know. Reza, I don't know if you're watching this, Reza, but it could be a nice, useful opportunity to get some feedback. I'm gonna click the same on Nexa, and I do have open code, and that should be possible. All right, so we're trying Ox, and we know that it's basically a GLM, but it's not theoretically, it's allegedly by some people, potentially. It's allegedly, potentially GLM. It's far. It's a reach. Some people are very sure, but you can't be certain because it's not confirmed. It's not for sure. But some people are pretty sure, and we know that already. So if you've tried GLM, maybe this is, for you, it's the upgrade. For me, I just need to know like whether or not this is or isn't good. Just purely just looking to see, is it good? Like, does it sound good? I'm gonna ask it a bunch of questions. Ooh, my license ended with Nexa. We can't do that. I'm gonna get it soon though. All right, we'll stick with T3 for now. For now, code stroll. It's on open code, everyone said. Type Ox. No, it's not there. It's saying updating open code. Check this out. This is interesting. So T3 just decided this on its own, updating open code. I didn't do anything yet. What I'm trying to do, just for anyone who's maybe new to the chat or new to the stream, is I'm trying to test Ox, which is what everyone's talking about. I'm seeing if I can just get it from T3 code because I have open code there. I'm not updating yet because it looks like it's updating for me already, but that's basically the plan for today. Too bad we weren't able to give Nexa a shot. That's just my bad. My free trial stopped, and I'll get it again and then try it as well with open code and with everything. Why is this taking so long? What's going on? What's with this update? And is it gonna appear or is it not? It's interesting that there's so many things on open code here. Oh, provider updates, new session. I think I need to close it from the task manager level. All right, let's do this task manager level. It's taking a long time to test one thing, which is Ox Alpha. But that's on me. That's on me. I gave it a huge game design brief and it thought for 4 minutes and then implemented the whole thing quite quickly. Maybe it's fast because I'm used to Anthropic models, so honestly, I'm really excited. Like, I'm glad you, Shonifari, pushed me into this direction because I was hearing about it a lot, and I was even doing this research you saw from earlier about what's trending and what's not. And I thought it was going to be a little big. Like, maybe I shouldn't do it live because it'll take too long. We'll run into some problems. I'll try things and it won't work. But I'm glad we're actually doing this instead of, I don't know, fidgeting around. If this doesn't work, I'm just going to straight up install open code. Alright, so it's definitely not showing up for me here on its own. I'm not sure if this update. So I'm not sure if this update updates OpenClaw. Maybe it just updates T3. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna ask Fable. I'm gonna go back to Fable and tell it, listen, I'm not cheating on you, but maybe I want to. You know? All right, I'm gonna go here. I want to try Ox Alpha on T3 or on Nexa. I have open code CLI, right? It's already on my system. Is this correct? Is that even how that works? I don't even, because I feel like I've installed it before, but genuinely speaking, the feeling, like when I say I feel like I did, like it's just the feeling. I don't know, because I try a lot of things and I don't do much after when I'm done trying the thing. Then I try other new things. I gave it a huge game design brief. Alright, you already read that part. Also, you said it yourself. Best streamers are always on the trend. Yeah. Tomorrow, I think what I'm gonna do is actually prepare. Like, it would have been nicer had I just had it, you know, installed instead of we spend all this time troubleshooting and figuring things out. But if anything, like, this is what it's like when you want to actually work and do things and try things. It can take an hour of you just clicking around, fidgeting, hacking away at it. I said this before. I saw a meme, or not a meme, I saw an Instagram post of what hacking is, and it's basically people who have a keyboard and they hack away at it just until it happens. And then that evolved into the meaning now, where hacking means like infiltrating. I think also from the same reel, I think it was that I watched, is cracking was what hacking means today. And if you think about it, when you look at cracked versions of softwares, there's a reason why it's called cracked. And So that's a little bit of history there for the vibe coders, so that the real programmers who know all the stuff can see us and think, maybe they do know things. No, I think it's just interesting. I think it's interesting the way that everything evolved. Online forums and culture, coding culture, which is evolving once again, and the olds, they're getting old now. The regular programmers, it's begun, and they're fighting. They're like, no, you don't know anything. You new generation of programmers. It happens. It's just the cycle of life. All right, what am I reading here? What's going on? Yes, correct. OpenCLI is on your system twice, actually. Whoa. I have it twice. I hacked it together twice on accident, not just once. Which is a good thing. I don't care what anybody says. This is a good thing. I did it twice. Standalone binary. Your path resolves npm. Totally. npm. Something package. Something. Node package management. I forget, but sends messages and stuff. Use throw it directly on. Okay. Slash models alpha, search alpha, it shows up as the first free model. You know what? I don't even want to. Hold on, this is what I'm going to do. Shell. Oh, wait, I can copy this. Wait, I can play this. Run in terminal. I think I can just do it directly through here. Run in terminal. Yes, the copy code. Open in terminal. Oh. Whoa. All right, we have we're at the code side level things. Slash model. The term model is not recognized. That didn't mean anything. Did you get the backslash wrong or? Slash model is models. Nope, still nothing. Still nothing. And of course, we do what we always do in order to succeed at life within the vibe coding world of vibe coding. We take a screenshot like such. We copy it and we paste it here. Oh, that was not the correct button. We copy it and we paste it here like such. And say, come on. I'm kidding. I'm just gonna paste the screenshot because it knows when it sees a bunch of errors what to do. Open code is not started yet. Fari. Open code is not started yet. I didn't run it. The error is my fault. I handed you a bash style one-liner and your terminal's Windows PowerShell 5.1 where and isn't. Where and that's like a command thing or something, I don't know. And isn't a valid separator, a quirk. Even have a file, it's a separator is what it is. And models only works inside OpenCode's interface. It never launched. The PowerShell tried to run it as a program. Run these 3 lines separately in PowerShell. Okay. I run the first line. I run the second line. I go to run the third line, but for some reason we have a situation here where it took a while. Okay, now we're done. I run open code. Whoa. 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 Oh my God. So this is how people get these very nice looking designs here, I'm kidding. Jokes. I know how that works. I know what a CLI is. Jokes. Okay, we go here. And for some reason we see Claude, which is confusing. This is where I type model. Models. Oh! I knew it. This is where we type models. Are we there yet? Are we there? Are we gonna see aux anywhere? I don't see it anywhere. Let me type aux. No. Is it too late? Is it over? It might be over. The free trial is done. If so, then this very painful reality where it didn't work out for us. Is it over? Is the free trial over? Copy the command and run it again. Yes, this is called TUI, Terminal User Interface. Oh. You need to add OpenRouter as a provider. It has to be through OpenRouter. Not necessarily. Let me check our side before we conclude that. Your list only shows Cloudflare, AI Gate, Model, the OZ, Zen. Do Control A. What does Control A do? Doesn't that like copy or paste everything? Nothing happened. Wait, I didn't put it here. Control A. Whoa. I don't know what happened here, but something happened here. Open Code Go. OpenAI. GitHub Copilot. Anthropic. API key. Alibaba. Wait a second. Ah. How is it finding all of these? Will we see aux for the first time? If we find the O section. I don't know, man. Is this the same one? Is this the same one? Because look, it says "Oh Fox." Oh Fox. Is this what it's like for regular non-vibe coders? They just are confused all the time and they don't know what's going on all the time. But they don't have a Shonifari in the chat, so must be tough. Must be tough. But you have forums, like stop complaining. I set this up yesterday. Add OpenRouter. Okay. Let me just check really quick if I can go to OpenRouter from here. No. You gave me the word that I need, which means I can just say add OpenRouter to my TUI. So I'm going to say that. I'm going to say over here, add OpenRouter to my TUI. Create a new API key and call it aux alpha. Then configure everything literally, just make it all happen. So that I have it running. Author plus auto run a mini bev to achieve success. Success equals I have a TUI. It has aux ready for me to play. I'm sorry, I gave up. I tried to do it manually. I tried my best, okay? I tried to Shonifari, believe me. I tried to learn. Jabbar, if you were there. Jabbar. I tried. It's just, why would I? Like, why would I not tell it, do it for me? You know what I mean? I might as well. Like, it's Monday now. Tomorrow's Tuesday. I'm already spending $200 a month. I'm at what? 81%. I have percent that I haven't used. I might as well use that percent to just offload some of the thinking, and then I can sit here and be creative and vibe. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Hey, what did you try? Jay, I'm trying Aux Alpha because I'm trying to be a serious streamer who's talking about like relevant things and trying relevant things, which reminds me, I forgot to take you off the mod. Jay, where did you go? Any other streamers talking about Aux Alpha? Oh yeah, you said you're gonna eat. Did you stop by any other channels? Is anyone else talking about Aux Alpha? I feel like that's what we should be talking about. Where's the remove mod? There we go. Jay's no longer mod. This is a sad moment. Oh, this is sad. Seriously, Jay, thank you. You know, from day one, you literally day one, like maybe it was day two, I don't know, but basically you were just here, you were pushing, you pushed also the fact that I need to talk about the most recent things because you've been pushing for that. You're giving me terms. I'm realizing everyone that's successful is talking about those terms. I need to talk about those terms, you know? So I feel like I'm leaving the nest of Jay. And you're just mod on everywhere else. It's like all new streamers. You know who you are? You know who you are? The station. What is it called? Stopping station. Like everyone who enters this world of vibe coding days content. Because I'm not the only one. Everyone's doing this. Everyone's like day one of vibe coding and they're just racking up days. And you just go to all the new people, right? And you see like, hey, hi, how are you? I'm here, and you just engage with them, you know. And the first couple of days, be honest, it was a little difficult, Jay, for me, because I didn't know how to engage. I was overwhelming and everything, but you made it very comfortable for me. And so today, Jay, I leave the nest. I spread my wings and I fly. No more mods, you know. So goodbye, Jay. Goodbye. I'll miss you, and I thank you. Don't leave me. Don't stay in the chat. No worries, my man. I got you. I'm here to spread love and knowledge and gain knowledge. Love people. Have courage to face camera and stream. Thank you. All right. Well, what I'm doing is aux actually. Trying to add open router to open code so he can test aux. Yeah. This is still running in the background. No, that's a completely different thing. I think it might be done. Let's see. It opens with stealth alpha. Okay. I'm gonna just make sure I'm not revealing anything sensitive here. Always here, Akhi. Thank you, my brother. It opens with stealth aux alpha already psyched. What if I control shift R? I feel like I don't know. Ever since I learned control shift R, like I've applied it in so many places and it just worked. I feel like a TUI might not be the place, but I think we need to try it. Should we try it? All right, we're gonna try it. I'm gonna Control Shift R. First, I'm gonna click here, and then I'm gonna see what happens. It didn't work. It didn't work. Apparently, now we know. Now we tried it. We tried it. You know, Control Shift R doesn't work everywhere. It's not. It's not the ultimate key that fits every door. Now we know. We're learning things. Okay. We're learning things. Where's the TUI? Just give me the TUI. Let me stop learning. I personally am using Aux with Hermes for cron jobs 24/7 and using an open code through Open Router. Okay. Hermes is like that. It's one of those. Oh, it opened. We're gonna use it. It's opened. Hermes is one of those like OpenClaw. It's like you can use it. Is it an ADE or a harness? Or is an ADE and a harness the same thing? The same thing. Search Open Router in that list. I might not need to. 2040. I might not need to. You know why? Because boom, I have it. I have it on the CMD because I'm a real programmer. Got all these people using applications like this one. Oh, I don't know what happened. My whole computer glitched. Did I break it? Okay, we're still live. Hermes is ADE. Yeah, everything glitched though. So, okay, we're back. There we go. Finally, after all that hacking, we made it. We made it. We're here. We're here. We can test it. Yes, Jay. Wait, hold on. What are you guys saying? Also, what should I do? What should I do? Leave me a suggestion. Give me a suggestion. I'm here. I have it. I'm gonna say this. Are you there? Are you there? Oh, look. Code. Watch this be my main thing in the future forever. I swear to God. It said yes. We did it. We did it. Shanifari, you've started something here. You've taken me on this direction. Oh, look at that. Interesting. Interesting. So there's some sort of a program that prints all of these, kind of like ASC SI2, whatever it's called, art. You know that art? You know that it's not ASIC. ASCII2. I don't know what it is. That art that just prints stuff. And it reprints as you move. This is fun. I've always wanted to program like this. Via CLI. Good job, my man. Thank you. There's a bunch going on. 600 million tokens used, but it needs to be guided. Search Open Router in that list. I like guiding. Search Open Router. Yes, all right, I read that. Hermes providing their own quota for Aux. Hermes ADE, it learns you about you and stuff. Okay. Ah, that's right. Wait, no, OpenClaw is the one that learns you over time. I'm assuming Hermes is like that as well. Kind of like OpenClaw. Nice. I know things, but better. Harness, my bad. Is AD and Harness the same thing? Good job, my man. Again, thank you. I'm gonna come back to it and read it again. Good job, and say thank you again, just so I can feel good later. Okay. What do you think about Aux Alpha? I don't know what to think about Aux Alpha. This is my first time using Aux Alpha. I'm using it live as a vibe coder who doesn't actually use anything other than Claude, or hasn't used anything other than Claude. Even back when I first started, I was using anti-gravity, and I was using Claude inside of anti-gravity. So this time it's a little different. I'm actually very excited because specifically Bijan Bowen really likes it. According to Fable, I had Fable go and check Bijan Bowen. And for anyone who doesn't know who Bijan Bowen is, he's my go-to guy because unlike all other people who judge and rate and do whatever they want to do with AI, I feel like there's just a feeling he understands that benchmarks aren't just numbers. You can't just quantify language. That's not how that works. There's a reason why we didn't just use numbers as humans for everything and we created language. It's different. And so the attempt to go and turn language, spoken language, which for the past month I've been saying semantic language, and I was wrong. It's not called semantic language. What I was saying, but now I'm going to use the word correctly. Semantic language, it's very difficult to quantify it. You can't. I don't know if you can. I don't think you can. And so you need an actual test. Do this thing. Do your best. This is what I want. Run it. Have it happen. And then just as a human, you go and you see, did it do a good job or not? Bijan Bowen did this, again, according to the transcript. I didn't watch the video yet. I'm going to watch it tonight. And it blew his mind. Apparently, according to Fable. Again, hopefully I'm not wrong. But this is my first time trying Ox, and we're just going to do it through the chat. Shoni Fari in the chat has been pushing for this. And so, Shoni Fari, you decide. What should I do? What should I do? You said minigame, right? Alright, now let's think of a game. Unless there's another test, you guys. HIMA, clip that. Use that, okay? That was the that was the thing. That was a video thing. I sent you SS of my Ox Alpha usage on Discord. I love that guy, especially his skateboarding test assault. Yes. Yes, and I love skateboarding, so I seriously though. Oh, that was you on Discord. I was like, what is that? Let me check. Can I show the results, Jay, or no? Gotta see the numbers and stuff. Up to you. Any ideas you have on new projects? What I would want to do, and this is something that Fable struggles with a lot, is, and that's why I do this in this way. I create a throwaway script for it to create things, and one of the things that I want it to create is maps. Specifically, maps for my game, the Keyboard Warriors game. Now, I'm going to show you some of the maps that I created already, and there's some parameters. What I'm thinking is just, use the same governing rules, create a bunch of new maps. Here's what the maps look like. And if you've played the game, you know exactly what I'm talking about here. And the interesting thing about these maps, so this was the first one, okay? The only thing I did is I added some water here. But, so this is the second one, right? And you have these elements, these trees and stuff like this, okay? Very simple stuff, very simple things. But you would need to be creative in order to be able to do it correctly. But more importantly, and I love this one, I love the lightning, or the thunder, the thunder. I love that thunder. You have to be very creative in order to set those maps up. Now, the governing rules are very strict. So this is what I'm going to use as a test. It's not going to be as effective, maybe, as Bijan Bowen, the coiner of Fable, the term Fable, in terms of testing, but I think it's very effective for my purposes, which is why it'll be the perfect test. This was a complete failure, and the reason I'm showing you this is because the way that I have this set up is for experimentation and testing. The top side, live, is things that are just live and they're ready. Final drafts are things that are actually, maybe they're not live, but I would use them. They're done. Whenever I want, I can put them into the game. And then this section is just going to be full of just random stuff because it's the rough drafts. It's for drafting scripts. Now, I'm not going to ask our brother, I was thinking of Jay, who keeps saying Akhi. I'm not going to ask Ox to go into Keyboard Warriors and create a map using the governing rules and everything. I'm going to tell it to use the governing rules to create a throwaway script and only read, because I don't trust it yet, I haven't used it, to create new maps. And also to create new miscellaneous objects. So you can see here, like these objects come together really to really give the finishing touches of the map. So usually what I'll do is I will have it generate a couple, and I had it generate 4 Fable last time. So I'll tell it the same thing. I'll tell it generate 4. Let's do this. You can also show how first one, yeah, show second one. No worries. You can also show first one. It's just my workflow. You can show actually have Blender test the model to use Blender MCP to create some 3D models. Honestly, I cannot wait to get really deep into Blender and 3D stuff. Really quick, let's see. I was asking Jay if it's okay to show, because he sent usage basically, and that's nice to give us a little bit of context of what we can expect. And here it is. Here it is. I clicked the button, didn't. Total spend, that's not a lot. 0.02, 600 tokens. 600 is the one that he's talking about. 3.k requests, token volume, cache hit rate. All right, so I'm expecting this not to be too expensive. I mean, they've been saying it's free, right? So let's test it out. Let's see what happens. And this is gonna be my prompt. Let me work on my prompt. Make sure that it's good. I want you to create a throwaway script with, let's not do 4 because it'll take too long, with 2 separate new maps for keywars.io. I'm also gonna say IO game. These maps should follow the governing rules and fit in with the others. Specifically the live, the section 1 live, and section, my bad, that could have been section 2 final drafts. All right. That is not a big prompt. This is a very raw test. 657 million for $0. You're just excited because it's free. You should actually have Blender. Yeah, I read that part. All right, what's going on here? Does it tell you, like, does it ask anything? Thoughts? Oh, okay. That's strange. It went and it found Bev on its own. Click to expand. That's weird. It even found my SDK. You guys, you know what I did? I messaged Sony. Turns out you can just kind of do that, okay? I was like, hey, can I have an SDK for my camera? And they were like, yeah, You can have one. I was like, no way, you could. And then they sent it to me, like a little thing that just lets me legally, above board hack into my own camera. Fun. So now I can do that. I have an SDK, a Sony SDK. It's for development purposes, The guy was so nice too, and they were so quick. I was like, thank you for the response. Good emails. I think depending on how good you are with the email, it works. The only reason I wanted it is because I wanted to be able to, while I'm like, at first I wanted to get away from the Imaging Edge program, which is horrible. Like, I'm sorry, so bad. Like if you've used Sony camera before, and you've tried to connect it to your Windows, and you've tried to do things with it, connection style, almost hit my connection style stuff. Then what ends up happening is it literally glitches, it stops, it's just really uncomfortable. And what I did, because I went to the other very uncomfortable thing, is I told Fable, I was like, listen, print this piece of paper without HP Smart, which is arguably slightly better. HP Smart. I'm watching my words here. HP Smart, the software for printing things, which is horrible, it hurts, okay? Is better than Imaging Edge, Sony's Imaging Edge. And then what ended up happening when I told when I told Fable, I was like, print it, but don't use HP Smart. They did print it easy print, nothing super easy. So I was thinking, let me do the same with the camera. And then when I asked Fable, it was like, no, we can't. We need the developer SDK license, because you know how Fable is when it comes to security, and it doesn't want to go hack into everything. So I emailed them. That's what spawned the email. And they said, sure. They just said, sure. They just gave it to me. And then I got the SDK. I got basically like an MCP, which lets you do things. You can just enter your camera and hack into it, or do whatever you want. And then I wanted to use it long term in the future to be able to control my camera properly, because there isn't support on older cameras. I think that's why they gave it to me. Either way, I have control of my camera now. It's a thing you can do. So if you want to, that is an option. Keep in mind, you can just get it. I think depending on which camera you have. Oh, this whole time I thought it was working. Oh. Well, now we know. Now we know. I forgot about the fact that I bypassed permissions a long time ago, once before. And then I don't even think about it ever again. External access. Yeah, you'll need it. You might need it again. Not gonna lie, I'm worried that it will share like sensitive information. Would it? Because it doesn't know. I didn't tell it on live streaming. It actually made good things for me. Made a whole wait. It would have cost me 10K. It actually made good things for me. It made a whole pipeline for streamers to clip their streams into shorts. Ooh, that's very interesting. I built a Vibe Dex. As I'm back again. What we did today. I have more criticisms for you. Actually, I can't give you real criticism because my thing expired. I get my money soon. Then I'll have more criticisms for you. I'm trying Ox. I think that would help you, Reza, if you use this. Because check this out. If you use this, I'll send it to you, or maybe build your own. But the idea I want you to have, at least, where it does a report and it finds what's trending. I noticed that the more successful, the bigger streamers are talking about the things that are getting a lot of search volume. And one of those things is OpenClaw. And a big part of why OpenClaw is getting, Open Code, where is it? Long story short, like here's something that I don't know. BMAD method, for example, it's something worth looking into because it's in this niche kind of a big thing. Yeah. So in your stream, you can do that. You can talk about, if you want to, the trending things and have that 65. Build a vibe dex. It's like a profitable status performance score for vibe coders. Okay. I wrote 65 lines of code for my own ADE refactor. Okay. What does your ADE use? Rust? Rust is switching over to Rust. That's cool, by the way. I wouldn't have gone crazy trying to hack it. I would have never thought of just asking. I know, right? It's crazy. Like, they just gave it. Like, I'm afraid. Can I show the email? Like, because it was it's a very friendly interaction. You know, they're just like, thank you. That's great. REZA. I really want to use Nexa for everything. Like today, just because my license expired, I'm using the TUI, the TUI, and I think I'm gonna continue to use the TUI sometimes, you know. But what I want to do is whenever there's a new model that's trending, and there will be new models that are trending. Right now, it's Ox. Ox is trending. Whenever there's a new model that's trending, I want to use Nexa to test that new model. That's going to be my use case of Nexa. I get my money in a couple days, I think 2 days. Then I'm going to get Nexa. And the fact that it can go like on the CLI and you can connect things, you know, and do things, I'm basically going to make Nexa my tester of any new model. Like that's going to be the place that I test new models. That way I can still have my established kind of workflow with Cloud Code when I build things, but then still use Nexa and basically help you, support you, so that you make it even better for me and everyone else. I'm ready for a criticize, but after the new version when it drops. Okay, what's your email? I'll extend for you. Hold on. I'll send it on Discord, on your Discord. Anyone who's curious about what Nexa is, who's maybe just lurking, maybe just listening in, curious. REZA built an ADE that is basically built by vibe coders for vibe coders. Like it's one thing to have an interface that's really good for building things and creating things and everything. It's another thing to be a vibe coder who started off vibe coding to go down the road of let me build the interface. And that's what Nexa is. We want the vibe, okay? We want the glassmorphic. We all want to be Tony Stark. That's nice. And Nexa will enable this basically. What am I doing? Where am I clicking? I'm putting my email. General chat. I don't want to put in general chat. Wait, I can just message you directly. Message. Thanks. Wait, that's not the place to message you. Direct message. I'm really bad with Discord, you know. I'm not bad with technology. Bad with Discord. Speaking of which, if you haven't joined the Discord already, join. There we go. REZA. Add friend. I want to see if because I have the CLI, I want to see if Nexa can actually pick up where the TUI left off. There we go. I forgot to send a wave. I really like sending waves. Alright, I sent the email on Discord to you. Alright, where are we with this build? I think it's still building. Alright, so here's where we are so far. The 3, apparently a replacement to Fable, coined by Bijan Bowen. Fable. It's still running. That's good. Honestly, I would prefer if it were to take its time and do it correctly, as opposed to just spit out whatever. We never did play Key Wars today. You guys want to play Key Wars while we wait? We could. I think that might even be good for the chat, like, or for the stream. To play some Key Wars. Got some notifications. Ah, Reza waved. You waved. I love these waves. Can I wave back? Can I extend your check? I cannot wave back. I cannot wave back. I can just manually wave, but this is the best wave. I waved back for you. Alright. Let's actually do this. You can open same open code inside Nexa on CLI section of it. Alright, let's open Nexa. Can I, given that it's the same... Oh wait, did I get a new activation key? I have to use the same one. Can I on Nexa see that thing that's happening now? Like right now there's things, it's building a map, it's doing things that I prompted from the TUI, the TUI, the terminal user interface. Can I see that on Nexa? Will it appear that it's running? Like basically kind of pick up where it left off, because my understanding is that Nexa is using the CLI, and so probably it can pick up those sessions. Like if I use the TUI, if I switch between the TUI and Nexa. Alright, give me a sec, guys. I'm checking my email and setting things up. Got an activation key. Is this clear? Can you see what's happening here? Like if I'm in this, hold on. Alright, this is how this is gonna work. I'm gonna do this. There we go. And that's an effective kind of a block. And I'll have Nexa. No, I won't, because it's activation key. Open your dashboard. Copy. Paste. Done. Alright, here's where I'm at now. Quick question, Reza. If I click on this machine, does it just go everywhere? Oh no, I accidentally clicked. while I zoomed in, I clicked by accident and it went in, even though I literally complained about how every single time I click the button, I'm doing it on purpose. It's okay. It's okay. You know, accidents happen. All right, here we are. I'm on this machine. Okay, check the open code CLI version and ask me find your threads if it's on your machine. All right, I'm on the machine. And I'm going to start a chat. No, open a shell. No. We have options here. We have options. I'll start a chat. I'll go into Fable here. And I'll just say I have a TUI project running right now using Ox open code. But I'm on Nexa right now. ADE, where I'm talking to you. Variable 5 provided by Anthropic through Nexa. I want to see my TUI project here on Nexa. You have all the permissions you need, and if you don't have anything, I will grant it. Just let me know. All right, let's see what happens here. This could work. Oh, I didn't go into the prompt. That was the prompt. My bad. The reason I didn't see is because my Shuf Sand was triggered. For anyone who doesn't know, I'll show it really quick. Clearly, Ox is good enough to utilize the tool effectively. It went ahead and it opened up the playwright. Okay, and it used my Shuf Sand skill correctly, which gives it full control. And it's using it to read my keyboard warriors thing that it's supposed to use to find the governing rules. And the whole reason that it opens this up is so that I can find these maps, which it's basically recreating. That's the other project that we're trying to access now with Nexa. And these are the governing rules. Anyway, that opened and it just kind of hogged my I have 3 monitors, right? 1, 2, 3. It just took this one where I see you, and so that's why I didn't zoom in. Let's see what this says now. We're in Nexa. We're still in Nexa. I'll locate your TUI project on disk. First, then load it into Nexa as a project. Still locating the exact folder. Checking the open code session notes, the cdev out tree, and probing Nexa's app state in parallel. Okay, I got some stuff here. Let me see what REZA is saying. Check the open code CLI version. Ask main codes you find the machine. Set that, or load that project you're working first, then turn on agent mode as well from composer option. Section beside the mic. Okay. I think it's over here, isn't it? No, here. Ooh. Interesting. All right, let's see what this says first. So it's still running. It didn't stop, even though I took my sweet time, which is a very nice sign. Please turn on agent mode, which is what I just did, the switch in this channel so I can load the project into Nexa. Which folder is your TUI project? I think this is the one. Let's just verify and make sure we have the right one by going back to this build and checking. Just looking for a folder. Oh wow, lots of colors, and this is new. I haven't seen this many colors in the same spot. Alright, so I think it's a playground one, given that it says playground here. So it must be playing around in the playground. And we chose the playground one. Submit. I want to see if we can pull up the actual project, and then I want to see if we can actually check out Ox. This is like trying both. Let's see the Ox and trying out Nexa. Now, to be fair, we did just go straight with open code, so Nexa isn't involved really in this. This is still a fair test of Ox, although it is kind of gone now. What happened? Oh, it's still here. We're good. Let's scroll to the bottom and let's look for the output. Harness throwaway, verify map, Ox playground.dev.gib. Alright. I'm gonna say this, provide me with the exact link to put into the browser, whether it's an HTTP link or localhost that immediately runs it for me so I can see the maps. Is it done though? Like it's 18 minutes 40 seconds. I think it's done, but I don't see it anywhere. Let's just send this and see what happens. Keyboard Warrior Studio, right section. JMap version. I think this might be the link over here. Look. See Dev Keyboard Warrior app, but then there's something else here. HTTP 127. I wonder if I just take this and run it, will my entire system crash and we kind of get screwed? Hey, Reza, this was a genuine accident. I forgot about the license key being here. And because you added this feature to hide it, we're good. It didn't show. Good job. Good job. Let me make sure I don't have a bunch of random stuff everywhere. Do you have any background in coding? No, I do not. Well, technically, no. Like school, you mean? No. But I have a dedicated server, Ubuntu. So, in terms of background, like, I mean, come on. No, but for real, the closest thing to background that I have is I'm a little familiar with MQL5 for trading. Very interested in trading, algorithmic trading to be specific. And I was hiring a programmer who specializes, I don't know if specializes is the word. He's a full stack developer, but he really does a good job with MQL5. And I was paying him a long time ago to try all my ideas. And I was asking questions, and he was really teaching me. And so I learned most of the language from him. Like I learned what compile is from him, because we had over the course of like 2 years, I had very many conversations about what I want, what the limitations are, and I kept asking like, "Is this possible? Is this possible?" And he's saying anything's possible if you have an actual plan. And I sent a bunch of plans his way, and he showed me, explained. He's like, "Look, this is like you can change this number and then change the default parameters in the code." And so I wasn't too intimidated by the code, you know? Like when new people go to the code for the first time and they see all the different numbers, can be intimidating. And so that's my entire background before I started for real. It was like 3 years ago. 1 year ago, about 1 year ago, a little less, I began to vibe code properly. As soon as Opus 4.6 really, that was the main one. Anti-gravity, using Opus 4.6 was the that was the moment. Once that happened, I saw the potential. I was like, okay, vibe coding is a thing. It's a real thing. You can actually do so much with vibe coding. And then I fell down. I became extremely obsessed. And now I'm at this stage where really I have my own dedicated server. I have this chip that I want to repurpose and pretend like it's a Raspberry Pi without actually buying a Raspberry Pi, which I think, given that it has two buttons, not just one, but two buttons and a LAN port, this is a mining, this is a chip that's on top of a mining board, but I don't do mining anymore, so I'm repurposing it, which means I'm getting into Linux. You know what I mean? So that's how deep I am into this programming thing. Vibe coding started that for me. And so I'm just going to call myself a vibe coder moving forward. I'm not going to sit there and say, no, vibe coding is bad. You should be a real programmer. None of that matters. At the end of the day, are you building something durable that lasts, that's useful? The means in which you achieve, or in which you use to achieve that, whether you use vibe coding or you use school, doesn't matter. Like, did you build something good? Is it robust? You got to use the words if you're a vibe coder. Is it robust? And that's basically my position, my background, you could say. Smoked Aditya. Does that work? Does that answer work? I hope it does. Yeah, you are good. Thank you. Are you talking about like me being good at doing things, or like me being good because I made a mistake and the license pack almost showed? I bet there's a bunch of programmers who are just waiting. We're just waiting for vibe coders to make a huge destructive mistake. But I also bet that there are going to be a lot of vibe coders who will make those mistakes. I just hope I'm not one of them. Like, don't put your open router keys all over, you know? You fall into those sorts of mistakes if you're a vibe coder. You take more risks in the beginning because you're just in too deep as a vibe coder. You know? Always you're in too deep. My friend is a CS student in university, and one of the things that he did, as soon as I told him I built a website, I was using Supabase. This is where you start. Now it's different. Once you understand Supabase is using Postgres, you understand like there's limitations of the different hosting providers. So I had to switch to Railway for my game. And then you just obsess and you go down to get a dedicated server and you set up your own Postgres and everything. My friend at the Supabase level, at the beginning, I told him about my website. He was like, vibe coding sucks, you know, he's my friend, right? So he's gonna be honest with me. He's like, you don't even know, like, and then he went and he tried to hack it. And he said I couldn't find vulnerabilities, unfortunately. I tried. And I don't know how I did that. I was just telling Babe, I was like, let's have a Supabase. You know, we're gonna use that to make sure that there are no vulnerabilities. You just use those words. But then obviously Like, if you do want to take this seriously, you need to learn. Like, you can't just say that, forget about it. After you build the thing that you build, and I say you, but I'm talking about the LLM, you need to take the time really afterwards to say, what is this? What did we build? Why is it working? How is it working? What is NPM? I see it all the time. Jason makes sense. I understand who Jason is now. Who's Damon? Who's Damon? Why does Damon keep coming? And how many of them are there? We have Jason, we have Damon. Who else is there? You know what I mean? You gotta ask these sorts of questions. As soon as you see it, the chain of thought, the context that happens, they show you the thought. You see those terms, the terminology, and just study them. Because at the end of the day, if you're a vibe coder, large language models. So if you know what those words are, you can actually do things. If you don't know what those words are, you're in trouble. You're gonna make us look bad. You're gonna make us all vibe coders. You're gonna make us just look really bad. I mean, you should at least understand the basics. Because if you have a good foundation, you can learn a lot while vibe coding. Yeah. Vibe coding should be a tool, honestly, to learn a little bit of actual coding. Not a lot. This is just my perspective. Like, the world has changed. We have this tool now. Like, you don't need to learn how to drive manual stick shift. You kind of like need to learn how to drive. Obviously, not everyone, but for the purpose of operating a car, most of the time, depending on where you are, and should be pragmatic. Where are you? What are you trying to do? I don't know how to drive stick shift. I'm good. I can drive. You know, I can go wherever I need to go. That's basically my take on it. It's like a luxury. Maybe if I get filthy rich from this thing because you subscribed, smoked, because you subscribed and you joined my Discord, and I get filthy rich from this. Maybe then, as a luxury, I learn how to drive manual, you know, and manually start coding things as a luxury. For now, I just need to get places. You know what I mean? I went on a bit of a tangent. It gave me plain paths for copy paste, but then I can't copy paste them. What's going on? Oh, there we go. File C, reach, Control C. Whoa, just disappeared on me. I don't know what happened. That's crazy. That's why I want to use Nexa. The TUI is scary and it just does whatever it wants to do sometimes and disappears. The TUI disappeared. It disappeared. I don't know what happened. Literally just vanished on me. Reza, I need the new version of Nexa. I'm gonna talk to you like an addict moving forward. Like I'm addicted and you have the drug. Reza, please. All right. No. No. All right, now I need to use Nexa. Let's see if Nexa does what I need it to do, because it has open code on it. Project identity, what it did. Let's see what you guys are saying. Where I'm at right now, just so you know, is I'm using Nexa. I built maps for my game, and I just want to see them. That's where I'm at. I think vibe coding is awesome because it saves mad amount of time, and it can help build good coding habits. Yeah, mad amounts of time is exactly right. That's what I think. That's why I think vibe coding, the main thing is the time, because like the accessibility thing applies to everyone. And that's like just from an economic perspective, when you think about it, like people think that, okay, I don't know if people think this, but I feel like people think this. I might be wrong because it's the intuitive thing, it's the intuitive direction. you think that vibe coding, LLMs specifically, agentic kind of workflows comes along, and now all the people who just don't have the opportunities because they don't have the time have opportunities, because now they can just make the AI do everything for them, not just coding, content as well. You see all the stuff. And then they rise in like socioeconomically, more money, more status, whatever. They rise and it works. But the reality is, it's not just them who got exposed to all of this new, amazing, wonderful technology. It's the people at the top also. And so the playing field remains leveled, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So everything at the same time increases in terms of like how much money you make. You would have made that much money before had you had just your own workflows. Technology levels up, all of it, everything at the same time levels up at the same time. And you need to be able to actually use today technology of today. I'll show today or tomorrow, new version coming. Yes. I had a tangent point for that. Let me read this and see what we're doing. Very interesting topics. All right. I use docs to create files for new maps. Provide links here so I can click them and see them in the browser tool. I hope this works. Just for anyone who's unaware, REZA NEXA, who's in the chat right now, is the builder of Nexa. This ADE, this agentic development environment. And we are using it right now. And we don't know if it'll work. But we know that REZA will eventually fix it if it doesn't. And it should work. That's what we know. And he has a Discord community. And he's already fixed problems that I asked him to fix, which is another thing. And he's fixed problems that everyone else has asked him to fix. And you have glass morphic control. You know what I mean? Look. I can go to the appearance. I can choose the tint here, or actually the blur. Nope. The tint. Nope, that's not the one. The darkness. There we go. The darkness. And I can move it like this. That's so nice. I don't know. I like it. I feel like probably some people won't like it, like it's too bright. But I like it. It just feels like glassy. It feels nice. It's holding its position for some reason, like before you stop. Good, it shows you like the proportion. I don't know if it's like a bug or a feature. But strangely, I like it. You know, do you see this? Do you see this or no? Like you move this and then there's just lines. Like as you move it, it's just there. It might be my system because recently I've had a lot of these sorts of things because I took 2 GPUs, put them there. I have a light over here. I have like a microphone drawing in phantom power because I have an audio interface. I have 3 monitors, all of them with HDMI, 2 GPU, and I have a 750 watt power supply. And so in order for it to be not, you know, a problem, in other words, the power supply doesn't go, I need to put power caps. So I have everything capped, like the GPUs. And so everything is sometimes, right now it's good. Right now it's really good. Sometimes I can't trust my system because it'll glitch. That's fixed. Oh, okay. So it was an actual thing. Thinking deeply. All right. Thinking deeply, and browser panel isn't showing on the canvas yet. Raising it and checking once more. All right, so this is Fable 5. It's running on Nexa, and sometimes Fable 5 takes a little long on things. It's on high, so I really should not have a problem. Like if this was a CLI, I would have found it. Too new. It did find it. Let's see. Now it's there. Now it found it, so this is good. High usually takes long. Gives me the option to open in Nexa or open my default browser. Let me open in Nexa and see. This is a complicated thing for an ADE to do, especially if it has its own browser. All right, I clicked open in Nexa, nothing happened. This might be my system slowing down. Let me click on the browser button. I don't know what's going on. All right, I'm gonna do this manually because it didn't open. I'm gonna take this and copy, and then paste it here. All right, so basically what I did, I copied this because this is the one, pretty sure. I'm gonna paste it here. There we go. And it did work. So the in browser does in fact display. And this is the perpetual run map. So this is the new map that was generated by Ox. Took a while. Took a while. Not bad. Not bad at all. Ember Gate. That's what it's called. And you can see those little embers. So this was done by Ox. This was done by Ox. And you've seen what it looks like. The other ones. That's a comparison for you. Let's see what the other map looks like. Because there were two maps. If I go in the maps section. Oh, wow. Hollow Moor. This one's called Hollow Moor. I like this. Wait. I'm trying to make this. What if I double click it? There we go. Double click. This is wonderful. I didn't even think to put a moon over there. One thing to keep in mind, guys, is there's governing rules to make sure that everything is done correctly. Basically, it reorients the chat. It reorients the chain of thought as the model is reasoning and thinking to make sure that it follows all the rules. So I wasn't really testing too much if it would create this thing fully successfully. I was checking like what are the ideas I would come up with, but also a really cheap model wouldn't be able to do that. So like a really cheap model, if you try to get what is it called, the D1, the V4, Flash V4, what is it called? Flash V4. It's about that time where speaking too much has gotten me to lose the Flash V4. What is it called? So there's a D. DeepSeek. Hey, that would be annoying, by the way. Reza, if it always says I'm not if I have to always say I'm not a robot. But then again, it's like you are always a robot. So no, I think it's worth it. Like just use the regular browser. Traffic light. Can't this be bypassed though? Like if you're using your, okay, there we go. DeepSeek. Yes. If I did this with DeepSeek, it would not have worked. Let me close this. That was great. That was nice. All right, for free, like if I'm being honest, for free, this is really good. Definitely really good. I wonder if I can play Key Wars in here. Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna call the lobby Nexa. And I'm level 18, guys. I'm level 18. I have a bunch of trinkets. I have all of them. I have all of the trinkets. And if you want to join the lobby, go ahead and join. I think it is basically working pretty much flawlessly. Pretty much flawlessly. I would like to be a damage type. Oh, my bad. I didn't read what you said. Smoked. Saw the same, both of you guys the whole time. You should at least understand the basic. Yes, I think vibe coding is awesome because it saves me the amount of time. Yes, a little short today or tomorrow, no will be coming. That was about me. In my opinion, AI should be treated like your junior and you should just monitor its code. If you like it, good. If you don't change the code to your liking, it's a win-win. Yeah. But you're coming at it from a experienced person's perspective. Keep in mind, like an inexperienced person who never did this before can't treat it like a junior because they just don't know. And that's the thing, like when you're learning, as you're discovering things. Whereas I found a bug that just for some reason keeps going black. And then now this time it's my system like that. That wasn't an actual bug, I'm sure. That was my graphics cards. Yeah, I guess for everyone, depending on how they're attempting things, like they'll have their own, I don't want to say frameworks that they use, because a framework means that it's like a construct that you already have, like a hypothetical construct, like this is step one, this is step two, this is how I see reality. Let me try this new thing with this framework. It's not a framework, but just their own approach based on their personality, their own views on things. And then you end up in this situation where you just have people who hate vibe coders because they did the manual code, they did all the work. And I think the hate is warranted, even though I joke. Because think about it. I fixed it, was a render bug new. Okay, it is real. Because think about it. Like imagine being a programmer. Imagine being a programmer. Let me put this in the lobby in case anyone wants to join. REZA NEXA. Imagine being a programmer, okay? 10 years ago, 20 years ago, and you just have this understanding, this etiquette that when you do something, okay, and you put it out open source, that there are some unspoken rules, like give credit to the person who spent potentially years, literally years, creating this thing. Like a full, not a hypothetical construct framework. No, like what programmers call a framework. And then, whenever somebody like uses this thing that you built, at the very least you get a mention. Like whatever, they put it out, there's different types of licenses, MIT, whatever. At the very least, you get a mention. They say I used this guy's code to build my thing. And now this guy feels nice, like he did something. When OpenAI came in, all that code, all of it, everywhere was scraped. It was taken, it was used to create this new thing. And nobody got at least a mention. And so on one hand, the culture of programming, whether you give credit and you open source and you share and you have these community forums where you go and you fix each other's code, and yeah, you're going to be a little toxic, but there's just this unspoken rule of like, let's give everyone the credit. That culture died. It's dead now. It's gone. Okay. I know there's a bunch of programmers that are going to hear this. They're going to say, no, you don't know what you're talking about. So, no. At the very least, it's like withering. Come on, let's be honest. It happened. All the code was taken. All of it. That same thought has made me think a lot. Yeah. Now I'm going to give you another thing, SimCore, to think about. And what I want to do, this is the only way to truly be very objective. Very objective, okay? Put yourself in both shoes. The megacorp that's just taking everything from everyone, and the programmer who open sourced it deliberately a long time ago with this knowledge in the back of their head that it's free for anyone to do whatever they want with. Starting with the coder. So this programmer, what does he do? He says, okay, in his mind, he's like, I'm going to take this code, this thing that I spent a lot of time working on, all this energy and time, and I'm going to put it out for free for anyone to use because it's open source in a non-discriminatory way. He was just saying anybody can have this. It's free for everyone. Now they're trying to walk it back and say what? They say, no, it's only for non-mega corporations. Choose. Is it open source or is it not? If it's open source, anyone can use it. So it's kind of your fault. But again, I'm on your side. I'm still on your side, like for those people, because you didn't know. How could you have known? There were gates that you did not need to keep. One of them being IQ. You didn't think there would be a bunch of dumb people coming in, right? Taking what's yours and applying it and actually using it. You just thought that was a gate that existed. And now the gate is broken. Bunch of dumb people coming in, saying to Fable, I want website, make website big, make good website, amazing. And they're just outworking you in terms of hard work. This is where hard work beats talent. Talent, you were just born with IQ. You're just born smart. Hard work, perseverance, persistence. You know what I mean? Resolve. You're just there. You will win. And so now, those people compete with the smarts. We have the dumbs and the smarts are feeling threatened. They're losing their jobs because the dumbs are just nicer to work with sometimes, most of the time, because they know they're dumb. And so they're just there and they're just like, I try my best. I'm humble, you know? Why would I work with a smart if I can work with two dumbs that can do what one smart can do? And I know the smarts are thinking, no, it doesn't work that way. You don't know what you don't know. It's changing. It's changing. It's gotten to the point, LLM has gotten to the point where it's possible It's possible to not know. I have a dedicated server. I'm running Ubuntu. I don't know what I have Docker image artifact, okay? I don't know what I have. I, I have my own database. I'm not using Supabase. I've leveled up as a vibe coder. Who uses Supabase? Vercel? No. I went from Vercel to Railway to dedicated server. Dedicated server. I'm afraid to show people because I don't know what I don't know. I don't know if like I show something that I shouldn't show and then I'm vulnerable. So I can't really show everyone everything, but I have these things, you know. So you tell me. You don't know what you don't know. You tell me. Reza, I'm sorry you've been here this whole time. SIM card, do you want to play this game? It's a really fun game. It's a typing game. And if you don't, go on keywords.io and join now. You'll regret it because as soon as we start, you're going to be like, I should have been in the game. I should have been in the game. Which is why you should join while I read your comment. Think about human progression. Nearly every thought you have is an accumulation of thoughts and ideas of other people over time. The same is with AI, just much faster. Wow, that's so true on so many levels. My teacher, my music teacher, a long time ago, when I played guitar. He's a music teacher, and he was teaching piano. He was teaching me piano because on piano you can learn music theory a lot easier than you can on guitar. And I was playing what I thought was like an original thing that I was making. And someone else said, just from far away, okay, is that Pirates of the Caribbean? And I was like, no. And then I just start, da-da-da-da, da-da-da. And then the teacher from far away was like, do not. Like he's like, no, don't. And then he explained to me, it's like, don't let that happen. Don't let the fear of like being creative and recreating something else make you think that you didn't invent it, you didn't create it. You did. It's just all creativity just comes from somewhere else. It's not like you're born with the potential to do something completely free will, 100% absolute free will. Some things are determined. Like I'll tell you right now, you're not going to be 80 million, billion, trillion light years away from this location. That's predetermined. We can agree. Some things are free will, you could argue, but actually in Islam it says everything's written. I don't know. Nobody really knows, but creativity. It's okay, I am here working and let me try this. I am not good in English. I may fail, but let's try. All right, Simcar, you missed your chance for starting. I'm gonna play one game with Reza. The moment I said you missed your chance, you made it. Perfect. All right, guys. We're gonna play this game, and then I'm gonna end the stream. So do your best. Do your best in this game. So I'm gonna give you like a really, really quick rundown. Oh no. Okay, I can bring it back. Click ready, and you have this ability, Sim. So you do /buff, and you give us armor. Just type /buff. I'm gonna type /yalla. CC, you have the Reza, you have the /CC, which is the easiest one. So just click ready whenever you're ready. And then these trinkets, don't worry about them. Don't worry about them too much, but they're just your other abilities, and they're at the bottom. And if you don't use them, well, then you made us lose, and I blame you for our loss. Just saying. Use your trinket so we can win. Okay, Sim? All right, I'm gonna let you guys type. Reza doesn't type on Nexa, he just talks. I watched his stream. He just talks. There we go. There we go. People are actually typing. There's only 2 of you guys, but yeah. All right, listen, we're on level 2. When it comes to level 3, you may need to do something. Click the space bar, guys. Click the space bar. You jump. Try it out. Space bar. Quick little just space. Just click the space bar. Just so you know. Just a quick little space. It's too late. I tried to warn you guys. Last second. Oh, we all cleared it. All right. That's why you need abilities. I used my Yalla skill. I did slash YALLA, and then that happened. Reza, you have a CC. You didn't use it at all. Do slash CC. I don't know if you have just do slash CC. I'm gonna type it in the chat so you see what it looks like. Slash CC. Alright, Reza, if you have the time, check quickly on the chat what I put. Really quickly. That CC. You have to type slash CC. It refreshes every 9 seconds. It lasts 3 seconds. Oh damn, Sim can actually type fast. Gauntlet, Wyvern, Knife, Fortress. It's gonna get a lot harder soon, guys. It's gonna get a lot harder. Enjoy the time that you have now, because it'll get to that point. Sentinel. Not bad. We made it to level 5. Guys, level 6. Level 6 is gonna have a boss in it. Whirlwind. Crusade. Scimitar. Warlock. Conquest. Rampart. Thunderclap. Sentinel. Crusade. Gauntlet. I used the blast. Actually, I probably shouldn't have used it. We're doing good. We're stacking up on armor, look. It's a lot of armor. We just took some damage there, actually. I'm actually focused, which is why I'm not talking. I think we'll need some focus here. Good job with that pause. Alright, my yellow skill is broken, I know. I think I need to give it a bigger cooldown. Like once every 2 minutes. And there's a bug. I don't know how to fix it because I don't know what triggers it. But sometimes you type the whirlwind and then it just doesn't get the guy. This is one guy. I used poof. It got everyone done. We're good. Devastation. Devastation. Storm bringer. That's what's up. Guys, good job. Well, actually, we made it. I made it to level 27, I believe, with Jay, who for some reason can type really, really well. It's the CC. That's why it's working. Colossus. Sus. Okay. And we made it. We made it to the next biome. My favorite, the one with the thunder. Look at this. Look at this here. Got the thunder. Zzz. That's nice. All right. Level 11 is going to be a lot easier than level 10 because it's the beginning of a new biome. It's where you find out what the new words are. Crash. That was me. I got that one. Guys, both of you can, I feel like all of us are kind of the same speed. Reza is getting 45 though. Yeah, no. Reza, you're a little bit slower than us. I think me and Sim are the same speed. If you play this game a lot, you get faster. Warning. Fallen idol. I'm curious actually, do you prompt when you're not streaming, do you prompt in English? Like when you're building Nexa and you're not live, are you talking to GPT Soul? I think you said you're using GPT in English? Idol of some oh my god, no. What is this? Summy. Oh no. Alright, blast. What? Yes, in English. Okay. Maybe I should not. Oh no. The bug in Nexa. That render bug is is a problem. It's fixed now. It's a fixed problem. It's fixed. Maybe I shouldn't talk to you while we're playing this game so we don't lose. Literally mid-sentence, you just left. Like everyone can see it. And then you start chatting. Come on, guys, focus. And here. Nice. Sim is the fastest and by far the most amount of words. Sim alone did more words than both of us combined. But we're doing CC, we're doing buff. Then no, you're doing buff. Never mind. Okay, fine. Maybe you're just better than us. And Stormgate. Sheet train. Precipice. It's worth it. I used my Ella skill. Doom Ridge. Storm Wind. Precipice. Precipice. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're getting there. We are getting 16. We're already at 16. Level 27, I believe, is when we lost. But last time I was not careful enough with my abilities. I wasted them. This time I have a poof unused. Oh, no. I'm gonna do... Actually, I'm not gonna do anything. No, I'm gonna do it. Pause. I used the pause, which is like a much longer pause. Because some of these words are crazy. They're... Ruin... Gate. Ruined gate. Oh my god. I think we should absorb the damage. Yeah, we had to absorb the damage. Both of you guys start jump. You can't jump over because I'm still building the game, right? Can't jump over them. You can only everyone tries to jump out. You can only jump over logs. But I'm starting to think maybe we make it possible to jump over some of these guys. That's why I keep vibe making these streams, because then you know what people are thinking by them using your thing. And then you make changes and fixes. Ruin Gate. Thunder Peak. Alright, I used my ability, Yalla. That was a good time to use it. The refresh is 1 minute, that's the thing. Like, I have to use it towards the end. Otherwise, it's kind of a waste. Okay, I used the poof ability. Foreboding. Guys, we really do not have the ability to save ourselves now with that. Because I'm done. I don't know if you can see my screen. I don't think you can. Checking your own screen. But poof is done. Poof is absolutely done. I have one more pause. That's all I have. I have the Yella skill, which refreshes every 60 seconds. But we have to be very, very frivolous. Is that the word? Frugal. We have to be very, very frugal with this cloud. No. Storm. Oh my god. Okay, I did the pause. I did it. Calm down, guys. Guys, calm down. Stop. I literally see all the freaking out here. Don't freak out. Just think. Warning. Alright, I did it. I did the Yalla. Gale, wind. What even is a gale wind? What? Rain. I'm getting notifications. Somebody on Discord. Guys, we made it to 20. We won. This was the final boss. Okay? Calm down. We did a good job. Now, can I once again get even more difficult? But let's just make it at least to level 30. Okay? Because if we make it to level 30, automatically we basically made it to level 35. This is a long game, actually. I've never had a game this... No, I have, technically. That other game was this long. Whoever's messaging me on Discord, I'm sorry. I can't check right now. No. Delete. Polar star. Rain. Year. Ice bloom. Walrus. Nebula. It's nice how the words change, no? This is a fun game. I know this is a fun game. Cold front. Moonbeam. Polar. Oh no. Polaris. Permafrost. Oh no, he froze us. Alright, I had to use it. I had to use it. This boss can freeze us. Wolverine. Icicle drop. Icicle drop. Tip right code the normal way. What is the normal way? You mean manually? Winter tide. Also, why? Not like in a hateful, disrespectful way. Genuinely, I want to know, like, what is the advantage from a practical point of view of doing it the normal way, which let's call the conventional way. Just to be clear, there's conventional, there's unconventional. The conventions that make up programming, like how people program, are being broken by this disruptor technology. That is basically code, you know, or LLMs, I mean. You know what I mean? So why should we stick to the conventions as new people trying to build things? I have a project, I want to build it. Why should I do it the normal way if I can build it very quickly, not the normal way? Like this game, keywords.io, that you can join right now. That you can't hack. You can try to hack, but you can't because it's on a dedicated server. With my own, with the one inbound port only. We're screwed. We're done. Winter wind. Oh no. Oh no. Does anyone have? Oh no. I almost have it. 8 seconds before I have it. If we can survive this, we can win. Aurora. Try, guys. Aurora. Okay, okay, we absorbed this boss. Now we have so much armor because of all of the buffs. Frost, glass. This was vibe coded, by the way. All of this. I can't use it. If I use it now, we can't use it on the boss. Oh no. That's where the vibe code disadvantage happens, because the ADE that we're using for this keeps glitching out, but he fixed it. Permafrost. Glacier Lake. Frostspire. Good job, guys. 27. Clear. But this is a new record. If we win this, I think 28 was my record, or 27. I saved my yellow skill just so that once the boss comes out, if he comes out this level, I get him. Frostspire. Night. Frost. We're good. We have hearts. It's okay. Alright, this is too fast. Alright. Okay. Okay, I have my yellow skill, and now I can use it on the boss, and then the level after that we need to win. You still going, wow, I know. I don't know how. Like, don't get me wrong, Sim, you're fast at typing, but you're not that fast. I don't know how we're winning. I think we're working as a team is why. Like, we chose a good balance. I used the Yella skill, but we got frozen. Also, Sim immediately goes for the boss. That's another thing. And Sim is constantly buffing us, which means we took a lot of damage by just spamming buff, 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 buff. And there's no cap on how many buff you can give armor. Yet. I am a developer. I'm the developer of it. I'm an indie developer. I'm evil, basically. So enjoy this while it lasts. Deep freeze. Oh my god. Frost spire. Oh Glacier Lake. Frost bound. Starlight. Oh. Starlight. Starlit. Reza, look, I'm gonna revive you, bro. I'm gonna revive you. For some reason, I have all the armor and all the hearts. I revived you. I gave you one of my hearts. I don't know why they didn't get me. I think because I jumped, maybe. We made it. We made it to level 31. This is gonna be easy because we started at 31. I don't think. You think we can beat the game? Like 50. I swear to God, if we make it to level, I swear to God, if we make it to level 59 and lose, or like 58 or something. Dead. No. We're good. This is easy now. We're in the beginning phases. Every level 10 it resets, you know? There's a new map. These are the words that are gonna be coming our way. Horned Viper. Obelisk. Horned Viper. Pyramid. Worth it. Totally worth it. I used the yellow skill. I waited. See, that's why I wait. Because then that last one comes out and I can use it. Maybe I should do it as soon as the boss comes out. Because then it initiates my refresh faster. And we just kind of wait for the other ones to come along and bide our time. Kind of game the refresh. Well, does that make sense? It's a strategy. Completely out of abilities. Nice. Wait, I typed dust storm. I think that was a bug. I think that was a bug. Still building the game. Still building the game. It's vibe coded. Wanderlust. Sand sprout. Health. Should I do it? Should I do the yellow? I have it. Sun bleach. Wasteland. Mirror. Mirror. Oh my god. Reza, your stats reflect this. I'll revive you, don't worry. Okay, I gave you another heart. 36. As soon as the boss comes out, I'm gonna get him. Ah, the boss is out. I'm gonna wait just a bit. Some more of them to collect. And there we go. There we go. Get him. Dust or sand, cat. I revived you again. Near grave. Oh my god, no. I'm here instead of Lego. Hi, do you remember me? Amazing me, Mahin. Yes, you're his friend. I think he's traveling, right? Do you remember my game? Buried temple. I don't have yellow. I don't have yellow. I don't have yellow. I don't have yellow. Pressure just got real. Temple. Heat stroke. Buried. Oh my god, no. Oh no, we're screwed. We're so screwed. Heart. Wave. Care of. Okay, this is it. We tried. 37. That is definitely a new record. That was wonderful. That was wonderful. Sim can type J. J. Looks like you're not the best anymore, J. Maybe Sim is better than you. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. New record, yes. Jay was the crown wearer. GG, that was fun. That was fun. Thank you for trying out my game. Honestly, what did you think? Please give me criticism. It can be negative. Fine. I mean, you already said it was fun, but what do you think? What were bugs, ideas, theme, potential directions? What would you want from this game? I'm making this game. You've had the full experience of it, so you are the ideal person to listen to right now. New record for us, 37 levels, was all fun. Yeah. That was a new record. All-time new record was 37. And ironically, or not ironically, strangely, we weren't that fast. We weren't that fast. Like Jay, when Jay is typing, you can visibly see the speed. Like he's consistently above 100 words per minute. Like I wish I could hear in real life what it's like. But we didn't have that. We just had strategy and teamwork. Like we're choosing different words. Okay, Yusuf. Now I'm going to prepare the stream. See you. Thanks. Had a lot of fun. Enjoy. Go prepare your stream. You do your thing. I'm gonna eat, and then probably tonight I'm gonna join your stream. I eat in about 20 minutes. And I'm gonna chill for a bit, kind of relax. I'll join tonight. I use a lot of CC. CC was a big part of why we won, I think, because CC constantly you're pausing, you bought us a lot of time. Yeah. Plus, you weren't typing that much, so you used CC constantly. That was nice. Anyway, thank you for coming, by the way, Reza. You do your thing. Have a wonderful stream. Good luck. No excuse, yeah, JK, I'm just saying. But bottom position is still held by you. Aside from the slash skill, you said there were items you can use. Yes. Look, I'm still, like I said, I'm still building everything, and I have not set up the balance. That's another thing, is like you need balance in this game. Right now, there's these items. So I was using some of these items. Like I was using blast. Every time blast, the close people just disappear. Poof makes everyone disappear. Pause is the same as the CC skill, but it lasts like 20 seconds. It's a lot. Rally, mend, everything. And then depending on your class, like your class, you had the buff ability. The ability itself, the buff ability never changes. It does the same thing, it gives one armor. But depending on your class, it will affect these skills in a different way. Like the ally with the fused heart also gets heal +1. So in addition to buff, which gives everyone 1 armor, also the REZA in our case would have gotten a +1, right? If you're buff. If you use the exact same ability as a damage type, which I was a damage type, heals only while below 3 hearts. So it nerfs it actually if you're damaged, because this mend is meant for buff. So yeah, for the buff class. So there's a nerf if you're damaged, de-incentivizes you to use it, and there's a buff for the buff type. You know what I mean? Control is like the all-arounder, so it also will freeze your side for 1 second. That is a bit of a nerf, like if you think about it. So if a control type really wants to use mend and then decides to use it, maybe it's good because it'll stack with them strategically on what they're trying to do. But there's going to be this drawback. For 1 second, we're frozen. We can't type. You know? And you can trade, obviously. Like, I can put things here. And then trade with you. Like, you throw your thing. And then we trade abilities. So those are the abilities. The war chest is you're just going to collect a lot of abilities. Because I'm going to make a lot of them. The build here section is the loadout. I want to change this to loadout. I'm going to remove this convert. I thought it was a good idea where you have a bunch of the same skill. You can just drop it in here. But I feel like it's just inconvenient. And I need to make this, I've been saying this for a long time, actually show faces, not the whole body. And some faces. But that's where we're at with the game. And today, after having tested what do you call it? Ox, and discovering that it did a wonderful job of creating these new maps. And this moon genuinely looks amazing. Like, God, it's really nice. I'm excited to try Ox, you know, on open code and see how well this works. It even got this, like, this is nice how it made it go off to the side a little, right? The clouds, like there's a lot of detail that actually happened here that it decided to add. This is a firefly, I think, like a single firefly. But anyway, yeah, all these maps, all these trinkets, I'm still working on them, still building things for this game. Gonna have these sorts of effects as well. So that's what we're doing most of the time. But yeah, GG. Hope that answers your question, Simcore. I'm gonna end the stream soon. Like now, basically, I'm just gonna give it a second in case you're still there and you want to ask. But I wanted to say in the meantime, thank you for everyone, even people who never leave a chat. You know, we're not engaged. That's completely fine. Just watching really means a lot to me. Giving me those watch hours. I hope that I'm doing a good job of keeping it engaging for you. Earlier I was talking a lot, and then while I was talking, I was questioning, like, is anyone there? And I asked, and a bunch of you guys actually did comment, gave me a little bit of confirmation that yes, there are in fact many people in the stream who are watching, but lurking is the word. You lurk. Lurking is fine. Today we did a lot. We checked DisChimp, setting DisChimp up as a mod. We said goodbye to our beloved J35404, who was the mod from the beginning, but now we're spreading our wings and flying. We got Simcore and REZA, who tried this game. Talked about what is it called? Literally forgetting towards the end of the stream. My server, dedicated server. And it was good. It was a really good stream. So that's it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Tomorrow, I'll be back and we'll do things. I don't know exactly what we'll do, but we'll do things. So